Church Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this evening we can come together and do the work of your community. Father, we ask that you guide and direct these officials that they may make the right decisions that will encourage our community to grow, become stronger in every aspect. Heavenly Father, bless each family here tonight, that we might go out to serve and please you. In your Son, Jesus Christ's name, we come to pray. Amen.
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 I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everyone. This is a workshop, and as you probably know, we do not vote during a workshop, but if there's anything that needs to be voted on, it will be put on a future agenda. Number 3, the board to discuss emergency medical services contract with Doctors Memorial DMH representative.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Pat Marbury. I'm vice chair of the board at Doctors Memorial. Ian had a little shoulder surgery. Said he couldn't even get a shirt on. He was just there now. We told him we appreciate him not coming without a shirt. He'll get an update later. But we do thank you for scheduling this. I know it wasn't on the schedule originally for a December workshop, but we had time to talk about the EMS service and look at it. We've talked to several of them individually about it, and certainly want to get discussion started and hopefully action started, especially with some of the issues that we have. Y'all got a clicker or you want to click? Middle button? See if I can comply with the technology here. There, whoop. Okay. One of the things that we talked about previously in our discussions with billable runs, and if you'll notice the blue are the total runs that the ambulance service goes on each year from 2015 to 2019, and that's on a hospital fiscal year basis. Over that period, there's been about 11% increase in the total runs. The issue becomes the billable runs, and that's the orange bars on there, and they have been declining. And if you look at the percent of runs that are billable, it's gone from up in the 70% range down to the 65% range. And so that's an issue that just you don't have revenue generated from unbillable runs. And so the more of those we have, the more expense we go to run the ambulance with no revenue coming back in. Someone asked, what is a billable run, an unbillable or a billable run? And in the case of a billable run, it's where you put somebody in the ambulance and transport them to a hospital or facility, so we can then charge for those. But the unbillables is just the expense, no revenue. If we look at 2020 so far, which is not on this graph, but it looks like we'll have about a 2% increase over 2019 in total runs, and then the billable runs will remain steady at about 65%. So that gives you some idea of the action that's going on with the ambulance. Just as a summary of 2015 through 2019 and 5 months year to date of our fiscal year 2020. for the, finances of the ambulance service. The major expense impactors, have impacted the business by about, $168,000 in salary, $37,000 in workers' comp insurance. Maintenance is up over $33,000, and contractual adjustments, which is the adjustments we make when the insurance company won't pay out all the charges, and so that's from about $69,000. We've had a lot of overtime associated with people being off for family medical leave, and trying to fill those spots. And if you recall, a few weeks back, we had discussions about what was going on in CMATS with covering all the ambulance shifts that were there. And so, a lot of that gets covered with overtime. And we've made some changes that we hope will help draw people in. Our technicians that we hire, the EMTs, the folks that were put on the ambulance, they are very hard to come by with the rates that we can pay, with the area that we work in. Most of our folks are not local, and so they're traveling in to go, and if we can't at least be competitive in the area, it's hard to pull in people. We changed some of the rates for the temporary people that we're going to bring in, what we call flex, EMT and paramedics, and they, we raised that rate a little bit to draw people in, and cut down on the amount of overtime we had to deal with. I think it was Pam that asked a question about what does the payer category summary look like when we met at the hospital. We didn't have that information right in at the time, but when you think about who's riding in ambulance, it's almost 70% of the people on Medicare, Medicaid, and Medicaid managed programs. So Medicare is not known to be the best of payers when you get down to the rates that they will reimburse the hospital or any ambulance service for. The amount that we receive back from Medicare is about 37% of what we charge, what we think is a fair charge for ambulance. I have this, if you can get to you. I said I have this summarized.
Oh, that'd be great, thank you.
all over for this, okay?
I've just got one copy, we can make more copies for you.
Okay.
I'll share with you.
Big out here.
I don't know how much I have a couple, but
Good. Tom, I guess, 10% of our patients that ride in ambulances self-pay, no insurance, and unfortunately, that's one of the major areas getting money back from those people that we're supposed to use. Overall, when you look at the reimbursement rate of insurance company years, as well as Medicare and Medicaid, we collect about 29 cents every dollar of service that we put out. So not a good pay package, if you will. One of the bodies won't be in the ambulance business from that standpoint. In these summaries, you can see over the period that we were gaining a little bit in 2015, 2016, 2017, and in 2018, 19, we went into the red on our gain or loss for the ambulance operations, and this is a loaded cost, look at the operation. And so we project that based on what's happened the first 5 months, hospital has already lost $141,000. It will be, well over $300,000 lost for the year. Those might cycle a little bit, and I don't think we'll be too far off.
If I can ask you a question, what happened beginning in 2018 to cause these numbers to change like this?
It's really the expenses have finally overcome. If you look, the expenses went from 1.4 up to 1.5 to 1.6 to 1.7
Is that
million.
due to overtime or?
Well, a combination of those things, they just summarize salaries, overtime, expenses for maintenance and ambulances, as we had previous discussion. The ambulances are old, taking a little more money to keep them up. Then the contractual adjustments have increased, over time. Those are the main areas. If you took a listing of our expense categories, those would be the main ones you see popping up. Any other questions on the financial?
Pat, there are no purchases of equipment on these
That
pages.
is correct. There is no equipment purchase associated with this. This is all expense money going out the door.
Part of it's maintenance, trying to keep those ambulances running.
Right.
It's over, well, last year was right at $60,000 for the year just to keep up.
Just keep everything running.
I hope we survive this year without any major upset if we ever go through it. So that's kind of the financial picture. It's not good. And so as the board, the hospital board has met, talked about all the things we need to be doing to position the hospital to be survivable and, be a real attribute for the county. We just came to the point where we can't keep operating the EMS like it is. It's sooner or later we're sunk. It's kind of how I view it. The expected losses, a major part of the total losses of the hospital. So we thought, well, there's three paths that we can follow. Operated as the agreement is today. Appears to be three paths of reducing service, increasing county support to make the MHO continue with a new agreement, or amended agreement. Would be more applicable to this, not a new agreement, but amended agreement. And the other thing that we noted was that there are funds that come to the county through the sale of the old hospital that we feel like should be given consideration to support the current hospital operations. So we ask that you think about that. And then the last thing we thought about was let's relinquish the operation back to the county, which I didn't see anyone when we met with you individually who thought that was a good idea. So, that's one, assuming we can be financially viable, we might can avoid that. Otherwise, we might be in a position where we could. So those were the things that we've been thinking about, and we were asked to come back and say, what is it that we need to try to position this thing to be successful and continue operating not like to ask him, but in a more favorable position. So we looked at the agreement that's in place, established back I guess in 2013, 2014 time frame, and all about how it is with maybe positions, things work a little better, and agreement, amendments that we would propose, Article 2.4, which is annual subsidy. Now, we're about $450,000 a year subsidy. And as you can see, we're already getting subsidy included in the financials that are there, so, you know, we're gonna fall short of $300,000 this year, so that's the kind of range we're talking about, and it's, adjusted subsidy, so that we'll be made whole in our operation. Article 2.5, deals with ownership of equipment, and the fact that, the ambulances do belong to the county, and not the hospital. There's some wording in there we think that we would want to put in place that would help with the idea of the county looking at the replacement of ambulances through the 1 cent sales tax that was originally set up to pay for the hospital.
Stop a minute. Now, if I recall, this board allocated for the hospital 25% share for the 1 cent sales tax.
That's it.
And that would be used, I would think,
That's correct.
to buy new ambulances. Not the outlay.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you probably have some plans what to do with that.
Oh, yeah, we
25%.
yeah, if you remember, we had a list like this, like that, capital needs for the hospital. In addition to the ambulances, their equipment was, basically out.
If your projection is that somehow or other, somebody needs to come up with $300,000 extra above what we've already allocated. Or else, let me ask you this. In a hospital, you've got ambulances, you've got outpatient services, you've got inpatient services, you've got home health care, all these others. Is anything else losing to this extent, or this is the biggest losing?
No, this is like maybe second on the list.
Probably
the ER.
Probably the ER.
ER is lost.
We don't have home health care anymore, we closed that.
We don't have that.
Right, that was a big loser for us. So we've been working, since we brought the line in, we've been working on some things to try to address those areas of the losers. Looking at how to deal with home health care as one example, we got out of that. And there are other countries that come in.
How the census been running upstairs? The
Census is running about 6.5 to 7.
6.5 to 7 average per day.
Yeah, but we'll go from 13 to 5, back up to 8 or 9, and down.
But up and down.
Up and down.
But you leave the lower like stacking up there, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, yeah, I mean, we haven't replaced people in now.
I read an article just recently, maybe yesterday, that all over the country, since 1990, I believe, there's like 1,000 rural hospitals that actually had to close. They just had to close the door. And I don't think we want that to happen in Bill County. We need a hospital. We certainly need ambulance care, whether you do it or whether a third-party provider provides it. I don't want to be without ambulance care in a local hospital. Now, it's hard to say we ought to just ER and the ambulance service. I don't know if you make any money upstairs. I think you've got a doctor and department, and you've got a pharmacist, and you got nurses and all that. I don't know, 6 or 7 patients. That's bound to be losing some money up there too. But it's not in the business to make a profit out of it. If you break even, it's probably the best we can hope for.
Exactly. We would love to do that. We would love to say, hey, everything's covered. No subsidies are required, that kind of thing. But the reality is we've got to change what we're doing, so that's what we set out to do for life. We're working on things to have to break even there, so, you never know if you try it, so. But I read the same article you read.
Yeah, okay, right.
Let's think about parts of the country that have no hospital, hundreds of miles to drive.
Yeah, I think they're, most of their, no, you can't do that of Iowa. Yeah, that's pretty sparsely settled out there. It's just like, we don't want this community not to have a good school system, or school, the hospital is as important, I think. We just gotta figure out working together how to make it work.
That's what we're about now, how to make it work.
And you mentioned the sale of the old hospital. As I recall, that generated just a little over $300,000 in revenue. Is that right,
It
Daniel?
was $310,000.
310,000, I didn't just do that. Now, where this board to decide you to have $310,000, that's only gonna fix your problem for 1 year.
That's why we, looking at wanting to make an amendment to the contract to deal with the balance of the time the contract's in place.
I don't have the magic answer, but one thing I will say, I won't vote for this board, for this staff, to take on ambulance service unless it's an absolute last resort. I'd rather you folks run it, or let a third party run it. Gotta have it.
So, amending the contract is one of the things we think that will help position us to be successful there. And, we have, made some drafts, I don't know if you want to go through that particular thing or not at this point, like most legal stuff. The lawyers look at, I'm sure, be glad to look that over, but, we put some language in, to position us to be made whole, and that's all, we don't want to make profit, we just want to cover the expenses, be able to survive. Y'all, we'll give those to you, if you want to go through them, we can.
We've got some.
Yeah, all right. I see you got billable. Billable means what you put out there, you can't collect back, what you put out.
Runs that we can bill. We can, if we go to an accident scene,
Yes.
and there's nobody that's injured there enough to bring back to the hospital, that's an unbillable run. And so our expense of going to wherever it is, we just use it. If we go somewhere and the people say, hey, we don't want to go to the hospital, why'd you show up? We can't charge them for those things. So that's an unbillable run.
And then when you bring somebody back, what are your percentage of collection rate?
On average, over the last 6 years, 29 cents
On the dollar.
on the dollar.
It costs you a lot, not what you spend.
Yeah. I think in your copy there's a blue section 2.4 the subsidy, and we're just asking there to be made whole. Balance of this year looks like a $300,000 loss is coming our way off the ambulance service. And then we would want each year, based on calculations that we make at the end of the previous year, to kind of be a gauge as to how much the next year's subsidy should be, and then try to hold that to at least $450,000 a year.
Now, on the blue part, I'll bet you, that's correct, that's it. On the blue, the 2.4, you're asking for a monthly lease of $90,000 per month. Now, 9 times 12 is 108, I still remember my multiplication table. That's over $1 million.
That's for the balance of the year.
That's the balance.
Once, if we get agreement on this, what we looked at the point we did this was it would take $90,000 subsidy a month to cover that $300,000 and the normal, $37,000.
And what's our subsidy now?
$450, right,
Per year.
per year, 37.5, I think it is,
Per month.
yes.
So, that's more than $300,000 next home.
But it's only for part of the year.
This is only for the part of the year.
Yeah.
And then when the actual net cost is off to the zero, then our subsidies will be paid as well, based on the previous year. So it could go up or it could go down.
It could go up or go down, but we want a floor in there, 450,000.
I'll let the commission read this over before I make sure on that.
Yeah,
I kinda
you
thought
wanna
that might be
bracket it,
what
you wanna bracket it, you know, I would not recommend to my clients that we have an opening at the top. I wouldn't recommend that at all. If you're in the middle of the plan, if they're saying you can't go under something, well, my position is they can't go over something. Like,
What we're paying is big money for.
Right, I thought you might say that too, but we just right there.
You know, Pat, y'all been trying to figure out how you're gonna finance this, where you're gonna get the money from. I'm doing the same thing. Where are we gonna get the money from? Do y'all think we've got this kind of money?
Well, you know, I saw all the budgeting business going on this year.
So what?
I saw all the budgeting activity going on this year, and, you know, sometimes we all have to make hard decisions about where we put our money. You know, I certainly wouldn't presume to make those decisions for you, but maybe possibly certainly is part of it.
I'd like to hear from at some point in time, hear from our finance director, concerning this. Are we healthy enough that we can pay over $1 million a year? No? Okay. You know, y'all wanna dump it on us, and I don't know who we can dump it on, except this business. Maybe we can have a special assessment and let the citizens pay for it. That's where we're gonna come up with our money from.
I don't know if you do a special assessment for a hospital in the finance. You can't do that now.
We can. No.
I always want to think about this. I probably should even verbalize it. 1 mil in Taylor County, tax. That's wrong tax. 1 mil generates something over $1 million, right? So in essence, it was just down, you know, we have to have an ambulance service. There's a mill that we can increase. You know, the worst thing you want to do is run for election in a year you want to increase the millage by 1 mil. So I throw that out there, that's nothing. But that was it. That was it.
As a taxpayer, we don't pay anymore.
We don't want to pay anymore.
But we want the service. As taxpayers, we want the service.
Our employees all want a raise, they haven't had one in 3 or 4, 5 years, so it's a difficult decision we make in budget time. We've got a fixed amount of money, and we got to divide up into what's fair and what's most important, and what's high priority and low priority. And all I can say is one commissioner is ambulance service has a high priority. Which leads me to the next question. If it's given back to the county, then we would be the ones who would go out and shop for a third party to run the ambulance service, not you guys, right?
That's correct.
That's correct. We appreciate any help you can give us. So So I don't know what the numbers are to make a comparison, whether we enter into an agreement with EMS or we're gonna look for a third party. We're working with them on, we
We
go
can
on that.
move on, we've done a little from this, and of course, let Conrad look at it, and we have discussions back and forth on things. But in our thinking about the situation, we've looked at, are there any third parties out there that would be interested in running damage service? And, we found two companies that did respond to our request to give us a proposal for it might take to do that. The two companies are Lifeguard Ambulance Service and AmeriPro EMS. And, AmeriPro EMS is a nationwide operation. I was watching a news story in California the other day, and there goes a AmeriPro ambulance running by. The thing that they do is they come in and run the ambulance service for us. One of them said they would phase in new equipment right away on the front end of the contract. The other one said they would phase in equipment as the current equipment that we have wears out. And so that's positive if we could get new equipment without county or the hospital having to actually expend capital money. You pay for that in service, but you don't have to put that money out. Both of them have indicated that they could be operational in a 90-day period. So, if something happened, we asked, well, what if you had to come in a short period, something happened to the hospital and probably did go to pump or something, but they said, they could have something on the ground within 30 days, give notification that they're in business. Both of them are willing to enter into multi-year contracts. It's going to be a real plus to have that kind of service. And then both indicate the cost of operation that they have projected is not significantly different from ours. The $1.5 million that you saw in financial expenses is not significantly different than what they would experience in operating service. And both of them said that we require subsidies to cover the non-billable.
They would require.
They would require.
Now, were there reimbursements from Medicare and Medicaid and private payer and so forth?
They took our information about who we were carrying in the ambulance, how many when and all that, and did their calculations on what they thought they could recover in terms of billable activities. And most thought they could make us go with a subsidy.
From the county, I just, subsidy from the county?
Yes. Or through, if we went to the point of saying, okay, the hospital would actually take on bringing in third party provider, then it would come through us, but we'd still look to the county to provide subsidy.
Either way, we're going to subsidize.
Yes. So there are people there that could come in and run services. I know that when we talk, nobody was in favor of bringing it back to the county. None of us seem to have a stomach for that because of this previous experience or whatever it was.
I'm going to ask one more question, then I'm going to be quiet. I talked too much already. If EMS runs the ambulance service, and you've got a citizen out here who's unhappy with the service, one of the first people they call is the county commissioner. This whole ambulance and that whole hospital, and we respond. And we contact the proper folks, and you all resolve. If you've got a third party out here, and his headquarters That's something I thought about. Who do you turn to? You know,
I suspect they would come the same way, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Come at you and you want us to go. And
well, I want you to go up, fight this out for them. But we don't have that happen very often.
The one thing I will say about the limited discussions we have with both parties, they do have a system for collecting information about how people are being treated, how they're satisfied, not satisfied with the services they're rendering. So they do some PR work from that standpoint with their own companies.
So let me ask you one question. Go ahead.
How much have y'all spent on overtime in that department in the past year? For the whole fiscal year, how much overtime did you spend?
That's a good question, and I'll ask Tom, he might know that.
It averages about 33%, and that's based on the way we staff.
How much is staff?
How much is that? I have to check and look at that. That's 32%. I don't have the number right here.
Bill, you remember right off?
No, it's a fairly significant amount. There's built-in, there's obviously built-in overtime because they're at a minimum, they're on 48-hour work week. That's 2 shifts. So there's 8 hours. But based on our staffing, you know, especially from the paramedic side, we've averaged about four paramedics at any given time that we're down.
Well, I know, historically, salaries is usually the most costly part of your operation. And if you have a retention problem, then that adds to it, and you have a lot of overtime. And the reason I'm asking this is I'm wondering if you could take a portion of that you spent on overtime and hire people and enhance their base salaries, then you may still come out ahead, and maybe you have a better chance of keeping your paramedics. Because you're spending the money anyway, so why not put it into...
We've done some increases. It's still, the
gotta be competitive, though.
pool is relatively small in this area. In fact, we bring in people from, some of them from Williamson County, some of the people coming in from Valdosta and other places.
I know with one particular company that runs Emmitsburg, they pay their staff well, and they do not have a retention problem, and they make money. Somehow
That's third party.
they make money, yeah.
That's third party operation.
Yeah.
We, in talking to the two different companies we talked to, they basically said our salaries are now pretty much in the range of what they're paying. They have a better outreach, and they do have one group is large in the state already, so they're able to pull people in out of their pool. The other one is one that has relocated out of part of it has relocated out of Georgia into Duval County, and plans on outreaching farther out, and we're kind of the first step that they're looking at outreaching.
Well, if you look in terms of your salary costs and the overtime you're spending, and then you look at your maintenance fees, what you're spending to keep these worn-out ambulances going, if you took part of the 25% of the sales tax money and got new equipment, new ambulances, and if your salaries were competitive, how would that picture look then?
Well, first of all, on the equipment, we are running on 4 old ambulances. The oldest is 2016, so at the very least, it would cost us somewhere between $500,000 and $700,000 to replace the ambulance.
How about a lease? Have you looked at lease?
We've looked at leases, they're pretty much, they run, the way they run are very different because of the miles. So lease expenses are very expensive because at the end of 3 to 5 years, those ambulances aren't worth anything.
Is it, the deal that we've got, though, they're swapped out routinely, so you've always got a new vehicle, yes, you've got that payment, but you've got the payment anyway if they're in the shop.
But the leases that we've been able to find aren't that way. They're extended lease, 3 to 5 years, 5 years most of them. And so, they don't swap them out because it's just different.
The people that use it, they don't do ambulances.
No, it's typically heavy equipment.
Yeah,
And I know the sheriff came over one time, he was looking at, vehicles for his department.
For fleet vehicles, yes, ma'am. I haven't seen where ambulances are a part of either one of these lease programs.
How about fire trucks?
Well, the fire truck that we have is a lease purchase. So it's set up, it's called a lease, but we will own the fire truck at the end of the term.
Seen a lot of there's not a huge resale market on versus the heavy equipment that we just got. That one has more of a resale market, so when it gets turned back in, they can turn around and sell it out. You really don't have that in the emergency services sector. So like I said, most of the time we lease in the emergency services.
we'll put as much as 100,000 miles on the ambulance.
Y'all just trying to turn over as many rocks as I can.
We've turned over a lot of those rocks and basically come up where, the cost, you're probably better off to buy than you are to lease.
See, if you've turned over all the rocks, and you don't have an answer, and we turn over all the rocks and we don't have an answer, I don't know what we're gonna do. This is very difficult.
It's like running around and chasing your tail. As soon as you pick one thing, something else happens. That's
We
why.
sold the hospital. I guess that would be a possibility too. And, I'm sure that some of the rural communities have sold their hospitals to bigger corporations that have more money. I wonder if that's an option. All I want is, I don't care who owns it, who does it, I just want to make sure that we've got a good hospital and that we've got a good ambulance if I need it, or you need it, or anybody else needs it. I don't care who owns it.
Like Pat said, one of the reasons we went out and looked was.
Sure,
I'm done. One of the reasons we looked at the third parties was so that we would know realistically whether our expenses are pretty much in line with the major corporations we work. How they break out might be a little bit different. The other is that they have advantages in that if you're down 2 or 3 people, they can always bring 2 or 3 people in from somewhere else. And so, it's not that suddenly you have a hole and you just can't fill that hole because you're lucky to fill the positions you have, but like we have for the last 6 or 7 months, we've got 3 people out of FMLA. And that's a significant amount of paramedics. They also have the ability to bring equipment in and out and pull from other places.
It just hasn't worked. It hasn't worked.
No, and I've mentioned before, I served on the statewide EMS council and as a representative for the Florida Hospital Association. And our story is no different than all the other small rural communities. Our director was talking to somebody in Liberty County, and they barely can keep their ambulances running, and they brought down where they wanted to take. They originally had two ambulances with a paramedic and EMT. They brought down to only one as a paramedic, and the paramedic had the other, just 2 EMTs. Again, it's just the fact that it's hard to find them. We talk about raises. I don't think the hospital employees have had raises in 6 years, and there's no pension fund. And that's probably the small communities around that are governmental have the advantage that they have a pension fund. If you're mandated to have a pension fund.
You're lucky that you have some of those people that have stayed here. They can see them. And that's one thing, when I think about if we sold the hospital, if it could be done in such a way that those employees that have been so faithful to stick through this thing, that they would have more security. We need the security of having a hospital, but those employees, those dedicated employees need that security to know I'm gonna get a paycheck next week, I'm gonna get a paycheck next month, and I'm gonna get a paycheck the month after. And I think I've already asked you this one time, but I'm gonna ask you again. If the ambulance service was taken care of, now, I know y'all have been up here before us plenty of times before when you were in the ditch. So if you didn't have to worry about the ambulance service, everything would be hunky-dory, y'all be good, right?
This is one of the many problems. I mean, to be absolutely honest, in healthcare, there's no.
So there's no guarantee you would be back up here again, saying,
there's no
okay, we got
possibility.
this and we got that, and we can't make payroll and
Well, I think what Pat's comments about the third party does is we would be able, or you would be able to negotiate a contract that you have some terms to and some kind of guarantee to it. I think the other aspect of it is that's the business they're in. Logically, they can probably do better at collection. As a private organization, they do have some advantages in billing and collecting some things that we can't. We're hospital-based, and hospital-based, like under Medicare, is limited to what Medicare pays under the hospital-based. So there are some financial restrictions that we have that are unique in that regard. Our Medicaid rate is based on our Medicaid contract, which is somewhere around $130, and Medicare is around $400. They're not stuck in those contractual arrangements necessarily that we are, because we contract to provide acute care and outpatient care. The ambulance falls under that. They're out there contracting as an ambulance service.
Pat, as a grim picture.
It is. And for what y'all think, making decisions about where money goes, where money stays, how it's spent, how we collect it, go up on taxes. It's very, very difficult. I understand where we are.
It's like we're just playing rock and roll. It's just,
Certainly the idea of selling the hospital is one that's not. In my opinion, the sell the hospital, I think it's the right thing for all of this work. But that, how do we bring things under control of what's going on? Because an individual corporation can come in and decide, well, it's really what
and anything could happen. We know that, and at some point in time, we can't worry about control. It's been controlled for a long time, and it's not working. My objective is just, again, to know that this community has good health care, that we have an ambulance that's not going to break down on 19, and that those dedicated employees out there have the security to know that they're going to have a paycheck. And that's, if it takes taking a risk and losing a little control and hopefully get a good fire, I'm all for it.
I think all of those options are on the table. I mean, they really are. I mean, I think the one thing that I would note is most of the bigger corporations are not going into small rural communities because they know they're high liability.
You've got Tallahassee that's already involved here.
Right.
They stayed here for some reason.
Right, they have, and I think it's because that's the referral base, and that they're willing to put some money into the hospital, put some money on the.
Maybe they would be interested in the whole thing then.
you'd have to ask.
You have to ask them, but I don't think that's it.
Never know.
Come forward.
We're not here to talk about selling the hospital. We're here to talk about EMS services. So let's go, because what's about to happen is we're going to have another workshop, and another workshop, and another workshop. I can tell.
What's happening here is that we're trying to figure out the whole thing. EMS goes with the hospital.
No, it does not.
So, if we took EMS, you still got the problem of running the hospital. I'm just looking for solutions so everybody can be happy.
But right now, the hospital is supplementing the EMS services. Right now, and they have been for years. the hospital is making up the difference that the county is not paying.
That's the agreement that the hospital went into. with
I
the county.
understand that, I understand. And these two, I have not seen any of these numbers on whoever they talked to about contracting. I can tell you that the last year, the county ran the ambulance service. The county lost $1 million, and that's been before.
That's how we know, because we can't run it.
And if you'll just look at 2018, if they say they could run it, the same cost, I got a bridge to sell them. It won't happen. What they're doing is just trying to draw it in. There's no equipment purchases in these numbers. And they're gonna buy, one new ambulance. Somehow, they've got to recover their money. It won't be under the same conditions that we're under now. It'll be a substantial subsidy. But keep in mind, and you may want to get Conrad to check this out, I think by statute, the county is responsible for the EMS service in the state of Florida.
We are, you're absolutely right. But we went into some kind of agreement for some reason, I think I think why. And here we are.
I know, yeah, it's,
Back in the new hospital was built.
I remember that.
You remember all that? They're gonna provide EMS service to go across the county for free. And then Treasury came.
Well, I can't speak to that.
Hold my down.
I would never volunteer to run again.
I'm gonna ask another
Go ahead,
question. Several months ago, maybe, there was this article in some publicity about some other firm that you had gotten involved with, so some bus bars come in and help us. What happened to that?
The management agreement with Lion, it's still going on. I mean,
Have they brought anything to it?
yeah, but we're getting ready to put on 340B, which is a governmental pharmacy program and an outreach that should be hopefully bringing in, well, we're just not sure it can go anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000 to $500,000 a year when the program's up and running. That's their estimate. It's based on prescriptions prescribed by our rural health clinics in California.
$300,000-$400,000, this won't be losing, transfer that over without the ambulance part of it.
Well, we need $300,000 or $400,000.
You needed that, plug another hole somewhere else, probably right.
I mean, it goes back to that EMS is really not ultimately the responsibility of the hospital, it's the responsibility of the county. And we have, we're interested in running it as long as we don't pull funds that we can use in other areas. Because basically, well, in ERs and ovens, I mean, we can't have a hospital without an ER by Florida statute, but alone, that probably loses well over, we're looking at doing contracting for physician staff. We're losing probably anywhere from $350,000 to $500,000 a year on the reimbursement just on the physician side to run the ER. We break even or make a little money on the other side, but the physician component is a huge amount of money.
ER and ambulance service, well, I think it's
Oh, it's two of the biggest.
What's the time frame? What's the time frame before you have to close that structure? Right now,
Well, if you look at what we had in the bank today, with less than $200,000 of cash, we ran out of cash and went belly up. It could be short term. We don't think that's the case, but certainly we're concerned about the cash flow into the hospital.
We're running on just basically maybe one payroll ahead and one done. The other part of that though is our accounts payable has been kept relatively low. Right now it's a little higher, but we haven't, public just come in at $106
$20,000 a month, so I know, I can check for him, so. I mean, it's not like they're running 60, 80, 90, 120 days, it's usually between 30 to 60 days, that's what we're on.
I think something got to be handled pretty quick.
We don't need to carry around with this, you're right, we don't need to carry it all.
And we can't make any decisions tonight, but as far as that money we got out of the old hospital, personally, I would be, give my part of that money as one of the commissioners to keep the thing going. I think we need ambulance service, I think we need to do something here pretty quick, keep this thing rolling. What did you say the new ambulances would cost in a year, if you bought new ambulances?
Well, the ones we priced are a couple $100,000. Yeah, a hundred outfitted. The last one we bought was over $200,000 with a discount.
In other words, you need $500,000 worth of ambulances right now and equipment to get up to speed where you keep going.
That's if we were to replace all three of them and other equipment. We could probably. Yes, right, because the other is that we do, I do find, grant requests to the state for ambulances, although we found out that in our county, we may not qualify for the 10% match, and hopefully qualify for the 25% match, so we're attempting to do, we're asking for 2 ambulances to the program. And then we have other equipment like our defibrillators and other things that are all end of life.
In other words, if we could come up with some money to get you out of the area right now, all you'd be doing is putting off going in the hole anyway.
Yes, unless there's some opportunity with third parties, we just got to keep looking at those kind of things. Figure out where the possibility is. We certainly would appreciate any consideration you give to move forward with the amendments on the contract, helping us at least stay whole in the situation.
I want to thank y'all for what you do, and I know the board members that it's not easy for y'all, none of y'all. And I'm not anti-hospital. I just want to, I'm not here to sugarcoat either. We got to get down to the brass tacks and try to figure out what we're going to do. I know what we're limited on those, but I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate your service, what you do.
We appreciate your consideration and your questions.
I would like to say that y'all have to do a heck of a job of what you have to do with this. My hat's off to you. If you can give them realize every night, 20,000 off a piece, that would be great, but it's not there. The service you give, my hat's off to you. You give $2 from me. Now, you can take that dollar and you might get a cup of coffee at McDonald's.
But it'd be a good cup of coffee.
Yeah. We will remember. I will remember.
I'm ready to give me a call.
One of the things, if I may, just one thing, when you start talking about third party, I'd still like to know how y'all, if y'all do vet how they collect, and because they're not gonna go into the business if they're not collecting better than y'all are.
Right.
Well, how are they doing?
There would be a lot of work done to put something in place with these were just very cursory discussions. Well, obviously they're both, one is the huge regional and the other one's the national, so they have their own building systems, all the games that make it a little harder for us even when we send stuff out. So,
They get their
They
money.
got to be getting their money.
They get their money.
Yeah.
well, I mean, the other is companies like that don't hesitate, they go all the way to put liens on things and other things like that.
One time, many times ago when I was a young lawyer, I did that with our.
Right.
A long time ago. Sent out letters, sued them. Really?
Well,
Charged not much a letter.
well, inflation did that deal. We might go get you really about 300 letters right now. Thank you. Thank you, we appreciate your time, we appreciate it. Thank you.
It's adjourned, but I have to adjourn myself.
Okay.
Are you?
I'll be a little bit late starting the meeting, that's okay?
Well, you're gonna close, you're gonna have the workshop, close the workshop.
The workshop is now closed.
There you go.
Thank you. We'll start the other meeting in just a couple of minutes when Commissioner Page gets back. From the north side, Church of God is going to lead us in prayer. Pastor?
Father, we come to you tonight, Lord. We thank you for your many blessings, Lord. We thank you, Lord, that you are sovereign and that this county is in your hands. And Father, we pray for your blessings upon our leaders and our county. Lord, we thank you for all that you do. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the last board meeting of 2019. Number 3, approval of the agenda. Are there any changes, additions, deletions, or anything else to tonight's agenda? And if not, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Moody, second by Commissioner Murphy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Bids and public hearings, number 4. The board to hold a public hearing set for this date at 6 p.m. or as soon thereafter as possible to provide notice of its intent to use the uniform method of collecting non-ad-valorem special assessments for the cost of providing solid waste collection and disposal services, facilities, and programs in the unincorporated area of the county commencing on October the 1st, 2020. This is a public hearing, and there is a resolution attached to this item. Is there a motion to read this? Okay.
I'll second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Dent, second by Commissioner Page. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Resolution of Taylor County, Florida, electing to use the uniform method of collecting non-ad valorem special assessments levied within the unincorporated area of Taylor County, Florida, saying a need for such levy, providing for the mailing of the resolution and providing an effective date.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, I'm gonna open the public hearing. If you're here to discuss, this item, you can come forward, state your name and address, and speak for 3 minutes. Anyone? Okay, then I'm gonna close the public hearing, and I'm ready for discussion. Any discussion? Yeah.
As I understand it, we already use this uniform method to deal with our solid waste assessment. And this is just something we were told we would have to do again in order, later on, if we make a decision to change anything, we'll have it all set up.
That's all this is.
This is all this is for.
Just a formality.
We're not putting on any different assessments, we're not increasing anything, just want to make that clear.
Okay. With that being said, is there a motion to adopt this resolution?
Motion is on.
Motion by Commissioner Moody, second by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 5, the board to hold the second and final public hearing set for this date at 6:05 p.m. or as soon thereafter as possible to receive public input and notify the public of the possible grant application to the Florida Department of Parks and Recreation, Land and Water Conservation Fund Grant Assistance Program for the rehabilitation of Hodges Park at Keaton Beach. This is a $200,000 grant. It has a dollar for dollar match. However, the county can use the SOAR Act funds for the match, so it would be no additional cost to us. The floor is now open for any public comment. Anyone? Yes.
Ursula Miller, Cedar Island, and we have the Restore Act funds in hand.
Say again?
We have the Restore Act funds in hand.
This is,
We don't hold the funds in hand. We do have pot 3 funds available. However, before we can provide the match, our SCP would need to be amended, and we are starting that process now. So we do have funds available.
The guaranteed funds, but we're not going to county pocket, they can have.
No, it is,
I just want to clarify that.
yes, ma'am. We have, I believe, between 4.8 and 5.3 million available right now.
thank you for that question.
So, what SCP?
State expenditure plan. So that is our spending plan, for our Restore Act funds.
You have that as being modified.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? Okay, if not, I'm going to close this public hearing. And, any further discussion? If not, is there a motion to approve this grant application?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Page, second by Commissioner Moody. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 6, the board to receive bids for the sale of parcels of property acquired by the county from tax deed sales, which is ceded to the county through the tax deed process, set for this date at 6/10.
Yeah.
I think we're close. Okay.
Ready? We advertised 12 parcels, and we received a bid for 4 parcels. So the first one is what was tax deed application 08004, and the bid is from Christopher Carter of Perry, Florida. bid amount of $501. And then the next one is the tax bid application 14010, and this bid was received from Charles Blunt of Perry, Florida.
Charlton,
Blunt?
Blunt.
This bid is $400.
These were different parcels.
Yes, two different, these are all different. This is the third one, which is also a different parcel, which was, tax deed application 14011. And this bid is from Christopher Carter of Perry, Florida. And the bid, for this parcel is $501. And the fourth one was for tax deed application 15041. This bid is also from Christopher Carter of Perry, Florida. And the bid for this parcel is $2,501. So now we would need a motion and a second and a vote to accept these bids.
Okay, is there a motion to accept these bids?
Motion to accept.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Moody, second by Commissioner Hill. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 7, the board to hold a public hearing continued from November the 19th, 2019, set for this, we'll have to skip this one. This is set for 6/25. So let's just, we'll come back to that. Just let me keep up with the time. Next are the consent items, 8 through 19. I have a question, on the consent items, Mr. Bishop, on, number 15, the board to consider approval of an interlocal agreement associated with construction of the Florida Department of Transportation Local Agency Program Green Street Sidewalk Project. Did you have an opportunity to look at that? Okay, everything is good.
Really have a resolution on the access line to it.
There's a resolution
Green
there?
Street sidewalk and local agreement with the authorization resolution.
Do we need to pull that off then and do it separate?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll move to approve 15, to a separate consent agenda.
Okay. Is there a second? Okay, motion by Commissioner Dent to take item number 15 off to vote on it separate, and a second from Commissioner Page. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We will approve the consent items 8 through 19 with the exception of 15. Is there a motion?
Motion. Second. I'll motion.
We have a motion, by Commissioner Dent, second by Commissioner Murphy. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Just want to go back to 15.
Yes.
Before you pass the resolution, you want to look at the interlocal agreement, right behind it, the maintenance responsibility agreement. And where I'm marking on that, going through it, is in the lower part of the first page, paragraph 3, and you're talking about what you agreed to do. It says, the county and the city agree that the west portion of the project from Arena Avenue right of way that's currently maintained by the city. Okay? And then, the county and the city agree that the east portion, this is four, the county and the city agree that the east portion of the project from the east side of Clark Street right of way to Howard Street is currently maintained by the county. And 5, as the designated local agency, the county will manage and administer the street sidewalk project under FDOT local agency program project. And then 6, during the term of the project, the city authorizes the county to act on its behalf as much as it relates to the Green Street sidewalk project, such that that action is consistent with the project plans and specifications previously reviewed and accepted by the city. Then you go to 7, is after the completion and acceptance of the Green Street sidewalk project and final payment has been made to the city will again be responsible for the continuing and ongoing maintenance of the sidewalk and associated infrastructure within its jurisdiction from Marina Avenue to the east side of Clark Street right of way. Everybody understand, you know, you go back and forth. And then number 8, after the completion and acceptance of the Green Street sidewalk project and final payment has been made to the county will be responsible for the continued and ongoing maintenance of the sidewalk and associated infrastructure within its jurisdiction from the east side of Clark Street right of way to Howard Street. So, what it is, and everybody that lives down that lake, if I live down that lake, you know, you've been watching, and they are doing it, and they're getting completed, so it should be completed pretty soon, I would think, because of the way these folks are working on it. So, first thing we need to do is pass the resolution and then sign the agreement.
Okay, is there a motion to read the resolution by title only?
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Mr. Bishop?
Very lengthy, Green Street sidewalk interlocal agreement, signature authorization.
Thank you. Now, is there a motion to, accept the, resolution?
I move.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Dent, second by Commissioner Murphy. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Public request,
Please, I'm going to, sign the agreement, wait for the city, wait for the city to sign it first. See, because it's a place for us to sign the agreement, and then it's a place for, the city.
you come in.
Well, it's not an agreement until they sign, so you might as well go ahead and sign it if you pass the resolution.
Right. Just go ahead and sign it first.
Okay,
So, make motion to sign it.
is there a motion to sign it?
Motion.
Second.
We got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Thank you. Item 20, under public request, Wallace Holmes to appear to present Taylor County Development Authority, CPDA update.
Madam Chairman, Commissioner, we hope that this will start to be a monthly thing, where you get an update on what our Taylor County Development Authority is doing. One thing we have done is, we have not been able to hire a director. We do not have the funds to hire a director. We're talking about directors wanting $75,000 to $85,000 to come here and run the development authority for us, go out and look for business for us. We don't have that kind of money. We're operating within our means of what we have, of what the county has approved for us to operate on. And so we have the young lady who was hired as a secretary and receptionist for our office has now been upgraded to a coordinator, an economic development coordinator. And she is making contacts with new businesses
they're coming by to see her, and, some of the things that, her name is Keisha Penny, and we'll introduce her in January. She's involved in this community theater, and she had a rehearsal tonight, so she couldn't be here tonight. She sent her apologies. All the concerns regarding our budget have been addressed, and we are operating within the financial allocation of the Development Authority. She has met with the chair, with Don Perez, the Chamber of Commerce, and she started to attend the Chamber's board meetings. Keep them apprised of what we're doing and asking them to help us when they get questions from people coming into town, to send them down to us and for us to be able to hopefully answer their questions and give them the information they need. She'll be attending the North Florida Economic Development Program in December board meeting on December, which she was there December 6th, picking up information about new businesses wanting to come to Florida, new businesses wanting to relocate that are in Florida and want to come up to North Florida and get out of South Florida. And there's quite a few of them. So we're talking with them, and she has met with Mr. Chancey Jones of the Small Business Development Center. Mr. Jones is a consultant for small startup businesses looking to establish a business here in Taylor County. He also helps existing business with business evaluations and also government contracts. So she's been working on that, and we're working with him hand in hand. Has been working with Mr. James Lawrence and LMP Logistics, who is trying to find the right property for expansion of goals that he has for his business. He is trying to set up a new business, and we're trying to find the proper place for him to have enough room for him to operate the business that he wants to operate. And it's our understanding, talking to him, that when he gets in full strength, he'll be employing about 200 people. So, we're looking forward to that.
How much property does he need?
He's talking about maybe 16,000 square feet of building space. And then, about 5 acres around it where he can store equipment and all. So, we've got several leads on some that are available. Just a matter of contacting the owners and trying to work with them to see if we can work out a reasonable price for them. We've been put in touch with Mr. Jeff Lawson, Development Director for the North Florida Medical Center. Mr. Lawson is looking for property towards the expansion of a North Florida Medical Center here in Taylor County. Many of you have heard that Kemmering has been sold. They are in the process of waiting for government approval for the company that bought them because they're out of the country, but they own 8 other plants in the United States. And when they come in and take over, their anticipation is to double the size of Kemmering. That means a lot of jobs. So we are working hand in hand with them. I've talked to some of the folks that work out there, work in what they call the White House, and they're putting me in touch with the head man out there so we can sit down and talk to them about what we can do and how we can help them get set up, and any questions we can answer them. And we might be coming back to the county to ask not for money, but for some advice and maybe some suggestions of what we can do to help them get their business going the way it needs to go, so we can put some people working out in Taylor County. Is there any questions you might have?
Did I read that this will be the largest employer if they have that in hand?
That's what I understand, yes, sir.
Any other questions on the board? Well, Wallace, I want to thank you for your leadership. You're doing a really great job. And, thank you for being here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you every month.
We'll have Mr. Ready with us next week.
Thank you so much.
Well, my name is
Appreciate it.
Kenny, E-N-N-I-N-G, P-U-N-N-Y, Kenny.
And our Beyond Play works out at, Ace. So, he's one of the engineers out there, so he's gonna be around here for a while, so she is good.
Yes, we're pleased to have her. Thank you. Okay, at this time, we can go back to item number 7. The board to hold a public hearing continued from November the 19th, 2019, set for this date at 6:25 p.m. or as soon thereafter as possible, to consider an appeal filed by Michelle and Don Curtis to variances granted by the planning board to the Steinhatchee at Dead Man's Bay proposed marina development. Okay, at this time, I'm going to open this public meeting to the public. If you wish to speak, you can come forward.
Good evening, Lee Curtis, I represent John Michelle Curtis. No coincidence, my parents. So, if it pleases the commission, I would like to try to connect your projectors so that what I'm presenting to you, you're able to see on the projection screen. I also have the printout. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, so there was, on October 3rd, the planning board met to consider a request for 5 variances that were submitted by Steinhatchee Marina Dead Man's Bay LLC. And the planning board, after a hearing, granted with a condition those variances, the condition in the form of an amendment, an oral amendment that was made by the applicant. We'll get to that. So that occurred, and then the appeal was filed. So I want to start out first with kind of giving you a little bit of a layout of what I plan to go through. First is how we got here to begin with, and then we'll talk about variance law generally. Then the planning board hearing itself, of what evidence was presented, and then the impact on the area, conclusions, and possible solutions that the appellant, the Curtises, are recommending. So, first, how we got here. So, developer Justice Oaks came to Taylor County promising great things. He showed us these big, grand, beautiful visions about what he planned to bring to the Steinhatchee area. And this is just a rendering that was in the packet that was provided to the planning board, and by anyone's measure, that looks like a pretty gorgeous structure. All right. He also promised to be a good neighbor and make sure that his vision didn't interfere with what his neighbors have come to enjoy through their decades of ownership. So Don Michelle Curtis had several meetings with Mr. Stokes and his team leading up to the planning board meeting, and they were hoping that their concerns about this project would be addressed. And the Curtises were encouraged, to put their concerns in writing. And so they did that. They hired attorney Tommy Reeves to draft those concerns into the form of an easement. The night before the planning board meeting, Mr. Stokes declined to execute any kind of binding agreement. Now, to be fair, I didn't get a copy of the agreement until the day before the meeting, but nonetheless, he declined, but he did make certain promises to the courtesy. And it's an email dated 10/2/19, 6:08 p.m. from Mr. Stokes to the courtesy. We're going to make several promises. One, we'll create baffles on the line and protect you from light pollution. Two, we're going to handle dredging costs and include your property. Not that that has to do with one thing or the other, but that was a promise. Okay. Three, we'll build a low-profile dock, and we'll have covered docks that come out no further than the sight line from your deck to the southwest corner of the condos in the district. You're going to see a map of this. They're talking about from the Curtis's property looking out to the west-northwest, you're going to see Woods Marina condos. So the idea was there were going to be covered boat clips, but they would not come past this line between Curtis property deck and the Woods Marina condos. There will be a small gazebo at the end of the dock, all right? And it would be as little impact as possible to your view and minimize the impact to your view, okay? And then lastly, there was some concern because the initial concepts that were discussed during these meetings, there would be not rocket parties, but parties in the evening and music and maybe bands, and that would be outdoors, and there was some concern. The issue was raised about the existing Taylor County noise ordinance. So that's where that was being addressed, saying that was still abide by the Taylor County noise ordinance. And then you see lastly here, we don't intend to enter into any deed restrictions because in their experience that it can become a nightmare. Okay, but what's highlighted those are the promises that were made the night before planning board. All right, so in hindsight, it appears that he made these promises in order to get the Curtises not to oppose in the planning board meeting the following day. As the Curtises later found out, Mr. Stokes had already submitted plans to the Army Corps and to the Water Management District that showed that he had no intention of keeping those promises. For instance, March 22nd, 2019, submission to the Water Management District. 20 by 25 foot pavilion. This is the small gazebo that we're talking about. That's not, you'll see in any document anywhere in the plan that's submitted to the planning board. You'll notice March 22nd when it was submitted to the Water Management District, here's the gazebo, no measurement, and the covered boat houses that you're going to see later don't even show up on this drawing. They also don't show up on the drawing that's submitted to the planning board. Of course, the application wasn't relative to docks, so that argument can be made. But we'll circle back to that. November 19th, so after the planning board is over, now we send the revised docs. By we, I mean the applicant, sends the revised docs to the Water Management District, and look what we have here. We have the covered boat houses on the dock. And you'll notice that this is the existing dock. You see that now the amended plans have the dock moving even closer to the Curtis property. And you'll also see that now that we've passed the planning board phase of these variances, the new submission to the Water Management District shows that the existing dock covers 2,600 square feet. They plan to rip it out and triple it in size, 7,000 square feet of dock, both dock and under roof. None of this is known at the time of the planning board, to the planning board or the Curtis. Submissions to the Army Corps. You notice these were plans that were submitted many, many months ago, and you see this is the dredging concept. And you see near the Curtis property, no dredging. Now, the Curtises don't care if the applicant dredges for them. But the point is that the night before the planning hearing meeting, we promised we'll dredge, no cost to you. That's a pretty big commitment, but you see here, well, before that, that was never in the plan. So the Water Management District plans on November 19th that were submitted. Again, you see this is not here. This was submitted to the Army Corps many, many months ago, and look what we have, and your screen's a little bit fuzzy, but that's what makes it hard copies as well. You'll see this is the dock plan submitted to the Army Corps. This right here is highlighted. If you can't see all that well, that's the mean high water. That means your average high tide. And then highlighted next to it is, you'll see 5 feet. So this structure is gonna be, the base of it is gonna be 5 feet off of the mean high tide, the average high tide. And then the number to the right of that is 14 feet. So this small gazebo that's gonna be built to minimize the site impact, we're talking 19 feet off of the high tide. Now, in order to build this grand vision, Mr. Stokes needed the county to give him 5 variances so he could exceed the Taylor County Code in 5 different ways. And we just now learned that they have 2 to 4 more variances that they've applied for before the county coming before you. So not just these 5, there are more coming. We call it incremental permitting. So the idea is you put a few before the board and okay, they approve those, and when you bring the next step, then the argument can be made to the board, well, if you approve part of our plan, if you don't approve this part, we're gonna have to go to the drawing board, and so it becomes a little bit of the ability to argue that point to the planning board. So there's more. I don't even know what they are. I called today and requested a copy of them, and Mr. Griner advised that he submitted a request for additional information, but at some point I will be able to get a copy of it. But there's more coming. Well, we don't know what those are, and neither did the planning board at the time they were received. He didn't tell his neighbors or the county or the planning board the full extent of what he really had planned, nor did he tell his neighbors that there will be many more variance requests to come. They didn't know that. The planning board did. We didn't know that. Notice that the plan submitted to the planning board didn't go into great detail, and they don't even show the dots. This is really cut off. Well, Mr. Stokes and his team, and they've been very nice and very hospitable, but at some point it became an impasse. But they needed no one to show up at that first planning board hearing and oppose the request. They needed to get that first foot in the door. That way it will be harder to deny the later variance request. And to keep anyone from showing up at that first meeting and opposing it, 2 things. 1, he didn't disclose the full plan, and 2, made promises that there was no intention to keep. When offered the ability to, let's put something into a writing, no, those things can be nightmares. But I'll just put it in an email, not a contract, not something that would protect the Curtis interest. So Michelle Curtis appeared at the hearing and advised the planning board that although she did not oppose the concept of the marina, she did have concerns related to light interference, noise issues, and the blockage of the view. A man by the name of Tim Bailey, who wasn't able to be here tonight, he appeared, and he owns property just north of the marina, and he advised the planning board that he was opposed to the height variance and the setback variance, and he was very verbose about that and his reasons why. But this gives you an idea of why. A Google Earth rendition. This is Tim Bailey's house, right here. This is the footprint. You see the white on the ground right here? That's the actual plan that was submitted to the county planning board and is overlaid on Google Earth. And then the actual building footprint on that plan raised to just short of 60 feet, which is what they are wanting to build, 60 feet tall. Alright, this is Mr. Bailey. This in red, that's the view that Mr. Bailey has, or the access to the view that he has, that will be gone when this 60-foot tall structure goes up. Mr. Bailey that could look out here and see the water and see the dock out between Roy's and here, all gone. So it's pretty understandable why he showed up and opposed this vehemently. This is a little bit closer up view of that. That's Roy's restaurant, by the way, right here. Tim Bailey and this the marina. Mr. Stokes' engineer at the hearing, Mr. Locke, orally amended the request for variance approval to include, and I'm sorry I didn't realize the projector would be so dim, so it's hard to see in the red, but the language, the applicant shall provide a sign and sealed lighting plan at the time of the building permit application showing 0-foot candles at the property line. That's in reference to the light concern. The application was approved with that amendment, although you'll notice in minutes that you have in there that just, you don't see this language, you see a reference as no light nuisance or something like that. Now, once Mr. Stokes had his first 5 variance requests approved on October 3rd, then more details began to emerge. The Curtises didn't find out until November the 14th that the, quote, low-profile boat slip coverings and the, quote, small pavilion we're actually gonna be 19 feet above the mean high tide. The average high.
We were told that if you could please cut it off.
Keep working on it.
Like,
The buttons are tiny when you use it. Oh, yeah. So this low profile and small budget splits covering, the Curtis is one of the things, what exactly is it? Maybe it's not as bad as it sounds. Let's go down now that we know the height. Let's actually look at it, all right? Here's what they found. So this is the digital rendition that I've already kind of showed you, and it's really hard to see here.
Can we turn these center lights out?
They've got hard copies printed, but it's up to you, Madam Chair, if you want the center lights with a projector.
I mean, we can see it,
If you're going on, can you point at this too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because
It's dim.
it looks like a pretty daggone big building they plan on putting on that small lot.
can you all see it from out there?
Barely.
We're going to lights dim, let's try getting the lights dim.
Roll, there's a switch back there for the center light. One right here. Here they are.
Is that good?
Better? So, you'll see, the marina now, this top red line is the view line that was proposed in the October 2nd email. This was the promised line, so that anything north of here would be blocked by this new covered dock, everything north of it. But the new plan, or the Curtis plan, is this bottom red line. That's actually what will be blocked by the edge of these covered docks. Alright? This is a digital rendition from the Curtis's deck, looking out over that, and you see the horizon here is blocked, and the horizon here is blocked. And so this shows you, this is the new line, not the promised line. Remember, there's the corner of Woods Marine. And if Mr. Stokes is successful with what he wants, that's the view that's eliminated. And so here's what the Curtises did. They went out, and that is the top of the deck. That's the corner post on the top of the deck. All right? And you see Woods Marina there, the end of the condo, that's what was promised. And then what this person here, Michelle Curtis, is holding is 18-foot tall poles. At the time, we got 18 feet, not 19. All right? This is the footprint of the low-profile boat slip that Mr. Stokes has planned. And that is the view if he's allowed to do what he wants. All right? A little closer up look at it. It was raining and cold, so that's the reason for jacking the camera. All right, so here we go further down the dock. This is the existing dock, by the way. Clear. All right, so here we go again, the 16 to 18 foot tall from the top of where the floating dock is. This portion here is supposed to be floating. That's the low profile.
But that's a big dock there.
And it's 4 foot off the water.
Yeah.
Where's this flooding?
Hold on, let him finish and then you can comment, okay? Can't comment from the audience like that.
Alright, and here's at the end where the small gazebo is going to be, according to the Army Corps plans, is 19 feet from the top of the mean high tide. At the time this was measured, we didn't know the exact measurements, but that's what 18 feet of blockage from the bottom of the dock would look like. Alright.
Is that your property?
That dock right there?
Yes,
So that dock actually belongs to the Department of Environmental Protection. That dock did belong to the prior lease applicant, but when that lease expired, that property became the Department of Environmental Protection under the submerged land lease of the language. The applicant is going to have to apply to DEP to see if they can retake and reuse that, and then they're going to want to take it down. But technically, as the expired contract stands, that dock's DEP property. Technically.
And they got to apply to DEP.
They would have to apply to DEP for submerged land lease, and so what they would do is say, this is what we would like to do with it, and DEP can decide whether or not to lease them for that intended purpose. So for instance, the last lessee that held the property from DEP wanted to put in those docks for commercial landing where, because it was a steam engine fish out, and they wanted boats to be able to come and park, drop their loads, and leave. That dock, or that lease, specifically said no overnighting of boats. It was temporary parking basically for commercial vessels. And so, but that lease is now expired. They would have to go to DEP and ask for a new lease and then tear it down. So they're early in the process, as far as I know. There is not a lease in place with DEP. But they have to go to multiple different governmental agencies. If they want to do the dredging and put in the stuff, they gotta ask the Army Corps, they gotta ask the DEP, they gotta ask the Water Management District, and they have to ask the county. So we're the county process for a portion right now.
Now, the book you gave us is nothing, hasn't been approved then, right?
The planning board has approved certain things. I'm just trying to explain to you how we got to the point of coming to an impasse with this developer, and then I'm going to discuss specifically the 5 things that they have for variance on. Now, as to those docks, you have a code section that addresses those, but the developer at times has said, well, that code doesn't apply, and that code section is 42.436. It says, number 3, all docks must be consistent in use with the adjacent upland riparian owner. That means the adjacent person that has water rights. Courtesy. It's got to be consistent with their use. I don't think it would be in compliance with that code. No docks or covered docks or piers can be more than 30 feet out. Now, the existing one's further out, so you could argue it's grandfathered, we're going to rip it out. And then, no dock or pier can exceed 400 or 500 square feet of dock and portion under roof. The developer has taken the position, at least at certain times, that this is not applicable to them. Now, this isn't what their variance request is about, but this is what led us to butting heads with them to say, no, we have big concerns. And it now appears, in this case anyway, that the idea all along was to take the permitting process in small bites, get the first few approved, and then when you come out for the next one, everybody kind of feels obligated that they need to approve it. And eventually we'll get to the dock portion where they want the variances for the dock, and they'll say, well, you've approved everything else. If you don't approve this, then our whole plan fails. Alright? And then when somebody finally speaks up, the response could be, probably would be, you should have raised that at an earlier time, which is why the courtesies are here to you at step 1. Not waiting for other agencies, although we'll be there with them when the time comes. But every agency that this developer appears before, in order to put in this very, very large thing which obstructs a whole lot of people's other property rights, is going to oppose it. You just have to do the first step. This is what the Curtis family and friends have made thousands of memories together at this house, and on it in 2002, they paid $7,800 a year in taxes. That's $125 grand since they've owned it. That equates to $650 a month just to have a view. The Curtises and the Bailey should not have to let developers come to our county, tell us what we need to hear in order to not show up and oppose it, and then do whatever they want to do. This is the digital rendering. You see this area here that's highlighted? That is the now obstructed view from the Curtis deck, based on that building and that building. The Curtises, that's not acceptable. This is the current leader view, and that's what it would be with it blocked out. That's what they pay the county $650 a month for, is to have that view. And to have family photos. But this is what it would look like. That's my brother and his first kid and his wife, but let's take the sunset out of it, and that's a whole different picture. Now, as an side note, we wanted to reach out to each and every one of you and explain the Curtis's position. However, this is technically a quasi-judicial proceeding, and so we're not allowed to reach out to you, otherwise it would have to be disclosed on the record. And so, I always want to tell boards that it's not that it wasn't important to us and that we didn't care. We're not supposed to have contact with you about it. It's sort of, you're serving in a little bit of a judge role right now, if you will. So, the appeal hearing itself, variance law. A variance is generally permission for a landowner to go outside the limits of the zoning code and to build something which would otherwise be illegal. That's what variance is. And the rationale behind it is that if you applied the code, the literal application would create such a hardship that it would not allow the use of any certain parcel of the property whatsoever. No use on the property. Because this property has a commercial operation already, they can operate within the law, commercial fish house. A variance needs to be distinguished. It's not a special exception, all right? A special exception is when a use is specifically authorized, so long as it meets some conditions. A variance is where this use is not authorized. But if there's no other reasonable way to use the land, then you can authorize it. Excuse me. Every application has to be reviewed on its own merit. You can't look next door and say, well, we approved this for this guy, so we got to approve for this guy. Case law says no, and your own county code says no. There is no precedent set. And generally, a variance is authorized due to circumstances unique to the property itself and not shared by other properties in the area. And mere economic disadvantage due to the owner's preference of the property is not a basis for a variance. For example, in this Coral Gables case, the purchaser buys land with a condominium with a condition creating a hardship on it, then the hardship is real tough created. You don't buy something and say, oh, this zoning code makes it where I can't do what I want to do, I have to get a variance. Now that's self-created. You bought it knowing the condition existed. And the gentleman on the second row here pointed out, that was a big building for a narrow strip of land. Yes, and this property was purchased, it's still a narrow strip of land, still subject to the same zoning codes today. In this other case, the appellants brought unimproved property, and they said, well, we expected we'd be able to develop. And the court said, an expectation that you can develop something is not a reason to grant you a variance. And a variance should be granted where the use authorized thereby will interfere with the rights of other owners, or with other property owners. So, here's what your code says about what's supposed to be looked at when you consider a variance, or when the planning board does. First, are there special circumstances unique to the property? Second, is it not as a result of actions taken by the applicant? Third, does it create an undue hardship on the applicant? Fourth, is this variance that we're going to grant the minimum variance that would allow you to make reasonable use of the land? And five, will the variance be in harmony with the general intent and purpose of this chapter, that being chapter 42? Well, you're both here, that's chapter 42. I don't really see where their proposed use of the property is going to work with the general purpose and intent of 42. Circle back to that. So here's the appeal hearing. Those are the 5 things that the planning board is supposed to look at, and what you are now looking at. And let's see what their application says. The first thing that they want to do is they want to have restrooms on the ground level, not on the second floor. Because the code requirement to be on the second floor. Why? Because you're in a flood zone, right? Water's going to come up at some point. So as to, is it a special and unique circumstance to this property, what was the reason they gave in their application? They said this area's base floodplain is remarkably high, increasing the risk of pipe damage running from the first to second floor. Additionally, this increases the height one must travel to reach the second floor where the bathrooms are supposed to be located by code. Well, that's not a condition unique to the coastal property. That is a condition of every coastal property in this county and probably this state. Water rises. You can't build it on the ground level. This fails. This is not unique to this property. The next condition, is it something that resulted from action of the applicant? Their reason that they give in their application, the special condition on the site are due to the base flood level and the stringencies of the Florida Building Code. That doesn't even address the question, the criteria. They're saying that the base flood level, which exists for every property owner along the coast, is too stringent. And so the Florida Building Code, which applies statewide, that's too stringent, and so a variance should be granted. How about the literal interpretation of this chapter will work in an unnecessary and undue hardship? Their reason, their argument, by following the literal interpretation of the code, it creates an undue hardship, an increase in daily life safety risk, and no guarantee of protection from the threat of which the code is set to protect. So that Florida Building Code, they don't really know what's best for us here, and it's not a guarantee of any protection. And if we followed the law, that's the law for the whole state and for this county, and the Florida Building Code, if we followed that, that would be tough on sanitary facilities, employees and guests on the first floor will be portalets or a second floor use. Neither of these are reasonable solutions that allow the land to be approved upon, so restrooms located on the first floor of the template variance. This statement supposes that other than they allowing the applicant to deviate from the law, there's no suitable option. That's just not the case. The commercial businesses there before them, and many other commercial businesses and residential homes, all have bathrooms on the second floor. It's doable. And lastly, the grant of variance will be in harmony with the rest of the chapter, and the reason they say is, it's pretty lengthy, I won't go into reading it, but the bottom line is their whole application is not in harmony with the general, nature or character of the chapter 42, in large part because it violates it in so many ways, and they have more applications out to violate it some more. So that's restrooms, height restrictions. They want to build above the current height restrictions. They want to build just short of 60 feet tall. And you saw in some of those illustrations how much bigger that is than every other building around. So what's unique to this property? What reason do they give? Due to the high base flood levels, they're blaming the base flood levels that everybody else has to adhere to. We're blaming that again. And then in addition, we want to match the Florida character of the surrounding buildings and make the building culturally appropriate for the site. So we want you to give us a pass to violate the law so that we can have something that's architecturally the way we want it and is culturally appropriate. That's our reason. That's why we're saying that our piece of land is unique. That has nothing to do with whether or not the piece of land is unique. They just want to build it in their style, and this is the language that they use to argue it. This is from their sketch. This is the dry boat stack that will be right next to the marina, right on that little sliver of land, and you see here on the right, 56 feet. All right, so their special circumstances and conditions don't result from actions of the applicant. And they said the special conditions and circumstances are base flood level again, explaining that, and the architectural character of the region. So they say here that it's not our fault, it's not actions by the applicant that are doing this, it's the base flood level and everybody else who we want to fit in with their architecture. We have to exceed this thing and build a 60-foot tall building. How would it work? Hardship on them. Well, they said a literal interpretation of the provision may require an alternate roof system that will require much redesign and impairment to the overall building aesthetic and cost. Think about this for a second. They've gone through and done all these drawings that violate the code all over the place, and they've drawn, and they come to you then and say, please give us a variance, because if you don't, we're going to have to spend a bunch of money to draw stuff, even though we drew it on the front end, knowing it was a violation of the code. The variance would move the total height difference by 6 feet. This is what they state is the minimum. I really don't know what to make of that because at the hearing there was talk about like crow's nest and things telling us to count against the overall height. And so that it does not address whether or not they can make reasonable use of the land if they need this variance to make reasonable use. Well, the St. Anthony Fish House didn't need this variance to make reasonable use. Height restrictions, it'll have minimal detrimental impact. However, to proceed without the variance may increase the threat of injury through the need to utilize a flatter roof system. So they're saying public health. If we don't have a 60-foot tall building here with this nice pitched roof, we have to go lower and with a flatter roof. It's dangerous for public. So says the Florida Building Code. No, Florida Building Code doesn't say that. Florida Building Code has ways you can build it and has requirements for that, and your code doesn't make it. Alright, so there were 5 total that they were looking at. 2 of them, one was a height variance for the marina, one was a height variance for the boat building right next to it. And then there was a setback application for the marina and a setback application for the boat building. And then there was a bathroom. I'm grouping the 2 height ones together and the 2 setbacks together so we're not going through every individual piece. We're dealing with bathroom, height, and outdoor bathroom. So for the setbacks, this is important at the bottom here. Alright? The setback is 20 feet in the front that faces First Avenue. They want to reduce it to 2.2 feet. That faces First Avenue. 2.2 feet. And they want to go on the sides from 10 feet to 3 feet. Oh, and, special conditions or circumstances that they say justify this, due to the high base flood level, the flood level again. They need to go wider because of the flood level, so they can accommodate FEMA and match the Florida character of the surrounding buildings and culturally appropriate. This is a little sketch from what they submitted to the planning board. This is an overlay of that sketch on Google Earth showing you what it would look like. So this, I believe, is the edge of the building. These are parking spots. We're talking a couple of feet. The cars that parked there would be off of the roadway. They want to go from 20 feet to 2.2. Right. Special conditions and circumstances that don't result from applications of the applicant. Their special circumstances, the site is extremely narrow, geographic boundary shape. Yeah, they knew that when they bought it. And the FEMA floodplain height, there we go again, and the architectural character. Little interpretation would do hardship on them. The site's geometric shape presents itself a hardship, and that's why they're requesting, because it's shaped funny, and they want to build a really big building, and that's why it's land. The variance would allow the proposed building to be consistent with Roy's directed to the west. Now here they want you to look at Roy's and go, hey, they're a little bit off on their setback, so you should allow us. Now, every application different. Everyone's different. This one should be reviewed on its own merits. They want to go from 20 feet to 2 feet. Setbacks will have minimal detrimental impact to the public. Well, that's not what Mr. Bailey, that was here arguing against us, lived across the street. No, he was arguing. He was here saying, I'm going to have boats and trailers parked all in my yard, all along the side, because they can't sit on their side of the street. There's going to be forklifts running across all the time because the setbacks are pushing everything out. And as far as detrimental impact to the public, setbacks that push that close to the main thoroughfare, the main artery, how can that be less risky to the public? So, what's the impact on the area? That's this new building. This gives you an idea of, you remember the picture on the dock with the 18 or 19 foot tall covered boat houses? That's how tall they are compared to this. There's Roy's compared to that. This is a digital rendering from the Curtis's property where they've lost the horizon, This is laid out looking at the obstruction. The Curtis's home, there's trees there, okay, and there's trees off over this way. Alright. You carry out the loss of view there, and you've lost 30–40% of your golf field that they pay $650 in taxes a month for. What about the proximity to First Avenue? Alright, this over here, this is Mr. Bailey's house. And so you can imagine why he was really concerned about this building pushing so far out to the road that everybody's going to be in his yard, or there's going to be congestion here, and we'll crash. This is the obstruction of Mr. Bailey's view, where he used to be able to look out to the left of Roy's and to the right of the Curtis and see a good chunk of the water there. Now he loses everything because to his west, his right, the trees already stayed. His only golf view that he had, gone. That was one of the things he was here arguing about. So the conclusion, there were insufficient grounds that the applicant's variance application that would enable the planning board to grant the application, but because the impacted parties didn't know the full extent of the developer's plan, and because the developer made promises so that people wouldn't show up in arms or stay, there was minimal resistance relatively at the planning board meeting. Nonetheless, there was resistance from both Curtis's and Ms. Bailey. As such, this court should deny the variance request. And as possible solution, suggestion, if you deny it without prejudice and allow them to refile and ask for the variance, to tell them they need to put every variance they want into one application so that the planning board knows the full scope of what's going on, so the public knows, so the neighbors do, so they can show up, everyone can show up at one meeting, so you're asking to violate the code this way, you're asking to violate the code this way, this way, this way, this way, and this way. And they know what they're opposing. Because it's not fair to take some people that are neighbors that have been paying for years and enjoying their view, and them getting to the point, 3 or 4 variance hearings down the road, the planning board says, well, we've already approved this far, it's kind of hard to turn the ship around now. That's not right for them. So if our ask is deny them, but advise them they can come back and put all the variance requests they want, all that they're going to ask for, and let's have one big hearing where everything is addressed and full. That's only fair to the planning board, that's only fair to the neighbors, and it's fair to the applicants, because it makes one big presentation about it. Or solution 2, deny it, and they can go and redesign the plan that would conform with the law, which is probably what they should have done. They should have designed it within the law and then come and ask the DDA. Instead, they drew it well outside the existing law, and they want to come and say, well, we've already spent all the money on engineering, we really need this, we really need that. Excuse me. But our preference is to give them the opportunity to present the whole picture to the planning board, and to the public, and to the neighbors. That way everyone knows, and everyone's on the same page, to say exactly what they want to build. We're not having to go around after the fact and pull things from the Army Corps and the Swanee River Water Management District, and this place and that place, to try to piece it together. Certainly would be open to any questions, if you have any questions. That was kind of lengthy, but there's a lot of material there.
Oh, I appreciate you telling the story. This was very helpful, well done. Any questions from the board?
I have a couple. The fish house business is a commercial business there where this building's going now.
Yes, sir.
And it was a commercial business, and y'all's house was a commercial business, because y'all rent y'all's house down there, right? It's a commercial business, but it's a rental house.
It gets rented probably 2 to 3 months out of the year to help pay for the tax.
So you rent that.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
We need to hear the other side of this coin,
Are they going to
Of course.
and before we can make any decision,
Of course.
you know.
Yeah.
And the gentleman across the street, I've talked to him a couple times about the parking and stuff in front of his house, and definitely on that highway there, he shouldn't have any problem with the parking, because all we got to have no parking signs there, you know. But I want to hear the other side of it before we make any more things about it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, as we continue on with the public hearing, anyone else who wishes to speak, please may come forward. Yes.
Good evening.
Hi.
My name is Clay Williamson. I've been in the Steinhatchee area for 14 years on property there. Came from North Carolina because this place reminded me of North Carolina before it got developed. Don't come here, don't park here. You know, we don't want people with boats here. Don't obstruct our views. But we'd love to have you pump sand in front of our home. You know, people can't even use the beach anymore. This just looks like a stall tactic by the Curtises and their lawyer or their son. Just because it's going to hurt somebody's view. Oh, well, Gulf Breeze hurts some view too. This is progress. This is progress. If they need a variance, you know, let's bring that under consideration. A lot of this stuff that Mr. Curtis, Attorney Curtis is saying, a lot of it looks like to me is mere speculation. When I first came down there to Horseshoe, you know, people would say, go back where you came from. And Horseshoe now is a place for wealthy people with still houses. Very little middle class people from Lake City and people go to Horseshoe anymore. It's pretty much an exclusive development for the wealthy people that live there now. So as one of the charter captains told me, This is the only place I've ever seen progress kill a place, and it kills Horseshoe Beach. Looks like the Curtis had probably owned that property for about 14 years, and they've enjoyed a beautiful view. As I said earlier, Gulf Breeze blocks a lot of view. Only visit a few times a year. Looks like some of the photos were taken from ground level, and then some of the beautiful sunset pictures were taken from the balcony. So I think he's kind of misrepresenting, that. This noise thing is just speculation. That they're going to have parties and all. You've already got a place over there. It's called the Steinhatchee Lounge. There's all kind of undesirable, it's called Krabby Daddy, excuse me. All kind of undesirable behavior and things go on there all the time. Death, stuff like that. So we've already got, these people are not going to. When it came to Steinhatchee, we had an operating business at this location. It was called Ideal. There was a dive shop there. There was a bait shop there. There was a marina there. There was a campground across the street. And basically it fell, it was sold to developers. Well, the developer came in, and now the county's ended up with the property. Like an old cracker told me, many a man came down that road with $1 million float out here there. So we had a very good operating business that was closed down. Through the help of our grant writer, through the help of the commission, I came to that meeting, through the Working Waterfront Program, we were able to purchase that so more middle class people could come to Steinhatchee. It opened up the river and helped more people be able to come, spend money, pay taxes. Even eventually some of them had moved here because of the new ramp that facilitates them going into different. This parking on the side of the road and all that in that area, that's just a bunch of horse malarkey. We have police there. There's very little place to park on the road in front of this Bailey guy's house. They have places to park. They have boat storage back a couple of blocks. These people have taken no grant from Taylor County Development. They don't need any help, from the county. They're going to probably pay $4,000 to $5,000 a month in property tax or more, not counting the sales taxes. Abbreviated earlier, messing up somebody's view. Go back where you come from, the way they told me. Okay, it's not Coral Gables. The pictures are not to scale. I don't have a bunch of pictures to put up here with circles and arrows and pointing a fancy laser at them. But like I said earlier, it appears to me that some of the photos were taken from the ground level, some of the photos were taken, from the balcony of the family, and that's wonderful. But we're talking about good community, good pay. They pay good money, these people do, and they've tried very hard to accommodate everybody. They're coming in here not like people did years ago and just do stuff. The daily safety risks. They have the bathroom on the bottom floor. Well, Attorney Curtis, I don't think anybody's going to be in a can when a hurricane comes. Not in harmony with the architecture of Steinhatchee. When I moved to Steinhatchee, there was looked pretty rough. There was run-down campers. There was cars on lots and trees growing up through the middle of it. There was a lot of junk. Now people have come in from out of town, mostly middle-class people, not wealthy people, and have put in camp, done it with the county's blessing, done it through the building department, and usually a lot of those people end up going and building homes there later on. That's what I did. I built a home there, or I had a mobile home put in. I'm not wealthy enough to worry about somebody enjoying my view. Like I said, it's going to be more revenue for the county. And, this is not Coral Gables. All they're doing is, they use their property some. That's wonderful. Their son is a lawyer, successful people, wealthy people. But all this comes to is you're not from here. We don't like what you're doing. Go back where you came from. Or as the locals say, go back where you come from. And that's all this is. It's just taken to a different scale. We're getting $600 a month for somebody to enjoy a view when we could be taking in $5,000 to $6,000 more a month in property taxes. These people run first-class operations. They hire local people. They don't bring people in. I'm sure that they're not going to do a lot of stuff, and they've submitted their stuff to the County Board of Commission. I mean, to the Corps. You don't go messing around with that, change your mind, you know. I think some of the stuff is what Mr. Curtis, Family Attorney Curtis has said is really erroneous, and Billy's probably not going to put a big footprint on that. I worked in industrial construction. It looks like, according to, you know, it's going to be on stilts. It's not going to be as big as it's going to be big. They need a variance, but we need the property tax money. The hospital needs the property tax money. Wayne Paget needs the property tax money. We need to have our roads fixed down there, not for somebody to come 2 or 3 times a year. Oh, it's obstructing my view. I wish it was like it used to be when I came here. Those days are gone. It never will be the same with the new opening of the new boat ramp. We have opened up our area, and hospitality is our new thing now, not commercial fishing. We are in the hospitality business. That is what we're in. And these people want hospitality. If they're coming from Jacksonville, they're coming from Port St. Lucie. These people are coming and they have money, and they're willing to spend it. And we need to. This will help us. People fought that boat ramp, and it's been a blessing. And we need more. We need more marinas. We need more restaurants, and we need more places for people to come in and spend money for our taxes. You know, we'll get sales tax and we'll get more property tax. That's all I got to say. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Next.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I'm Justice Toby Griffith, partner. 2 of the partners, our other 2 partners, sitting back here, Toby Griffith. I'm a little bit in a state of shock, to say the least. I've been in the development business over 50 years. The first time I've ever had anybody call my reputation into question. I can assure you, we've done hundreds of developments, and we're always very, very aware of our surroundings, our neighbors, and we've always tried to be good neighbors. I can say that the first time in my career when I've seen an issue that the appellant had no issue with, use that to try to force us into doing some things that we don't think are appropriate. We went back and listened to the recording of the various hearings before the planning board, and I'm going to read exactly what Ms. Curtis said. And we think what they're proposing is good. And honestly, we have no issue with the things that they're proposing today. Those are all the various issues we were talking about. No issue with it. Since then, our attorney has spent numerous times with their attorney, their young son. And that's another issue. Our attorney suggested that it would be very inappropriate. He was the attorney at the zoning, at the variance hearing for the county, attorney for the county. He said it's very inappropriate and unethical that he should represent his folks here. I have 2 attorneys in the last week, 2 very prominent attorneys who are good friends of mine. I said, here's the situation. Is this ethical? And he said, absolutely not. He should not be here representing those people. I said, let's take the high road. We don't want to file an ethics complaint against him. Well, when he starts calling my reputation into question, I'm going to rethink that. And I'm telling you right now, I'm leaning towards filing a complaint with the ethics commission, just strictly because I don't appreciate somebody calling me somebody that would trick people. That's just, you know, my wife, I had a wife that you couldn't write a description and do a better. I mean, I've got a wife to die for, and she says to me all the time, that, you know, you are the master at compromise. We have worked so hard with courtesy, and it's all about 2 things. The first thing, and I want to show you, when we first started talking to the Curtises, their suggestion to us was maybe just buy our place. They came up with a drawing of what we could do on their property, build 3-story condominiums on their property with boat shops out front. Our answer to them was, let's get it appraised and we'll consider buying it from you. Oh no, we're not interested in selling it at the appraised value. We want $1.2 million for it, which my guess is probably 2 to 3 times what it was appraised for. So that's what this is all about. It's about money and trying to force us into doing something that's just not right. It's not the proper forum to use one issue to force us into something that we don't want to do. We're not going to pay them 2 or 3 times what their property's worth. The offer would still stand to go get it appraised, and we'd buy the property at what it was appraised for. The issue of the gentleman across the street, he was concerned about the parking in front, and the fact that our Marina Bull might be running in front of his house. We showed him that the Marina Bull will not. The county assured him there would be no parking signs there. So, I don't want to take the time that our opponents have taken here, but we're here today to talk about variances that were unanimously approved through the planning commission. We're going to employ full-time in our projects in that area, 60 people, full-time 60 people. During the peak season, we'll probably have as many as 80, maybe even 90. And we're trying to set a standard. And Stacy, would you come? I want you to read something. She just showed me something. I have no idea who this is that posted this, but I'd like you to read for the commission what you just showed me.
And this is just a guest that we had this weekend at the River Club. His name's Matt Scott. He said, let me tell you about the Steinhatchee River Club. I've been staying in Steinhatchee for over a decade at different motels and marinas that offer lodging, and I can't say I really ever had a bad experience, but I really never expected a 5-star experience until now. I recently rented boats and stayed at the Steinhatchee River Club rental house with a group of men from my church, and it was obvious from the first communication with staff that they really appreciate and want your business. From there, it only got better. Every single staff member that we came in contact with was friendly, helpful, and went above and beyond to make sure our needs were met. Even things that we did not expect them to do, they did without us even asking. The bar was seriously has been raised for customer service in Steinhatchee. That was just one guest that we had.
Here are 2 renderings, the front and rear rendering of our building, our marina building, what it's going to look like. I think it's something that's pretty attractive. I hope you agree. But again, we're here to hear about an appeal on a variance that was unanimously approved, and this is just not the proper forum to negotiate with us, to force us. They would, back up until Thursday, I thought we had worked out a deal. What they now have come up to is they want us to go with a fixed dock. Our dock man here, I told him, I said, whatever my dock man recommends, and Dale Colson is that we need to go with floating docks. There's a fixed dock in front of their house now. The fingers that were gone, hurricane took them away. We have to build a floating dock, and to show those places that are blocked out ridiculous, there will be poles. That's all it is. It's not a solid, we're not obstructing their view like they're trying to lead you to believe. It's just not true. And I'm highly offended with this on today, but anyway, I would ask you to consider our variance, and we're going to be great neighbors to everybody down there, even the Curtis. Thank you.
I want to say that Miss Curtis did not mind seeing 40-foot maps in the back of her yard also. She said, I don't mind looking at that, and that's whatever the structure do. And this was, more or less what the back of it would be looking like. And then you get a big boat that's 40 feet tall. I mean, it's no taller, that's going to be taller than what we're proposed to do. And the 20 by 25 building that was proposed, that's changed. This thing's changed all the way through because we're getting, you can't do that, you can't do this. And Mr. Castle, he told us that we have to sprinkler this whole system, this whole dry storage, so we cut it in half, under 5,000 square feet. So the drawings he showed you was at the very beginning. So this thing's changed in a year and a half. If you
and it's still changing to this day. But that's it.
In other words, you're not gonna build those covered boathouses all over the dock.
We are building the cover, but at almost the sight line that he has pinpointed out, there's 12 boat storage covered. This is all gonna be covered here, which they were fine with. They were fine with the cover that was gonna be 12 boat slips. The fuel dock has changed from 20 by 25 feet to, 10 by 10. I think that area is 10 by 10. We cut that completely in half to accommodate them.
Is that gonna be a floating dock?
It's all gonna be floating dock right there.
In other words,
Mr. Colson, Dale Colson, with D&L Contracting Marine, can give you a little insight on the dock.
in other words, they're gonna go up down with mean high tide, they're not gonna be stuck with a high.
Yeah, I'm Dale Colson with D&L Contracting, and to put the pilings in for the floating dock, we was gonna put them in the same height as FEMA recommends on building houses in the bottom floor of that building. Because, you know, we put the dock down at Gulf Coast, and when Hermine come through, if them pilings would've been any lower, that whole dock would've come off of those pilings. Just like the county's dock, we put those docks back, where they come off and come in the parking lot. And I think some of those, things that he was saying a while ago on that permit and all, a lot of that is to do with residential and commercial. So some of those things, like on that 500 square foot and so far out in the river, a lot of that is residential, that's not commercial, that he's telling us. And on the coverage, I don't know what the exact height to be on the roof, I mean, I don't know.
We're waiting on his engineer, his dock builder, to get the full specs of it. And when we do, we would hand it over to him. Also, he tried to say we bamboozled him and did never plan to do any dredging in his area. But this was way before this even was talked about, the dredging. Out of the goodness of our heart, being neighborly, we were going to go in there, because he can't get a boat in his canal right now, in his beautiful boathouse, because it's so mucked up, you can't float in there. So out of the goodness of our heart, to be good neighbors, we're going to spend thousands of dollars to dredge part of his canal as well, so he could use his boat there. Which, you know, really the boat lift, or our dock should even have anything to do with what our variances were applied for.
And that's the whole point I'm making. I don't even know why I'm talking about docks tonight, because that's nothing to do with what we're here for.
Interview.
So we would love you to consider upholding our variance, and so we can get on down the road with our project.
Okay, I have a question. So when you appeared before this planning board, and what you presented to the planning board, is that still exactly the way it is today? I've heard a lot of changes, a lot of this and that and the other. Is it still exactly what it was the night that you went to that meeting?
What the variances that we asked for, that's what we're designing to.
And that's what you're asking for now?
Yeah.
So your buildings haven't become bigger or more involved or anything?
Not one thing
Exactly
changed
the
about
same.
our building.
Going back to the variances, he's saying we're slipping in a little bit in at a time. Here, I'm gonna let Matt handle it.
My name's Matt Lottie.
Our civil engineer.
Engineer with Olson Design Group. I'm the one that prepared the application, prepared the drawings, and I apologize I didn't come prepared tonight, but Mr. Stowe, because the plan to do some of the application that we provided here. We've been working with Mr. Brown since March. I believe sometime in March I turned in 8 applications to the planning and building department. We've been in subsequent communication and conversations. Mr. Brown had copies of all 3 variance application requests prior to the October hearing. But there was an issue with the advertising, because they all couldn't be heard at one time. So there was no attempt at a piece of the other program here. The entire set of civil code has been provided to the planning and building department since March. I do think, just like one of the representatives mentioned, as an engineer, there's some scaling issues with what you have presented by the Curtises, Google Earth images, with blocks in them, far from survey or architectural drawings. just like what you've seen with what we've looking with, our building elevated. So at ground level, you'll be looking all the way through the waterfront from, I think the building out to even the personal perspective. And everything looking out from the vertical is gonna have, it's opaque, it's blocked up, and you can see the rendering. It's not one big map, and we will have to incorrectly present it.
But what I thought I heard was that something now is taller and something now is bigger, and that was my question. Is it
I
the
believe that
same?
there have been nothing to do with the buildings and nothing to do with the variance of change. I believe what Mr. Griffith suggested is that as they've been doing their final engineering and their contractors on the dock, there's been some modifications to those drawings. Those aren't subject nor does anybody with the other kind of staff suggest that these are the variance. And those dock plans have been provided to staff the whole way through.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good evening, Commissioners. Jim Gerber, Steinhatchee. Heard a lot of things. There's a couple good arguments on both sides. The Griffins here and Mr. Stokes have been good neighbors. I got 4 decades here. So people talk about a decade or something. I moved here when the cultural architecture would have been a single wide with a freaking roof over it. That would have been what we had. We've come a long way. I think we ought to stay with the height ordinance that we have. I would like to see that. We don't need to tower over the trees that are in our community. That's why Gulf Creek didn't get the ordinances, the variances they want. Also, it is what it is. It's the variance has been granted for the road frontage variance. We're going to have a bottleneck. How are you going to come around Roy with an operating marina? And I don't want that marina. I own 4 businesses in Steinhatchee. Business is not appropriate, but I'm just looking ahead. Now we're going to have to reroute traffic. I already see what's coming, and so does a lot of other folks, through the residential areas to Blockhead. Kevin Zoley can tell you that, Danny, they can all advise you. It's inevitable with this bottleneck that we have. But I want to see that marina project go, okay? But I think there's compromise, and Mr. Stokes talks about compromise. Let's stay with the height requirement, get the engineers to modify it a little bit, make it a little less bird rack up on top. Let's satisfy it that way, and maybe not allow so much, because I remember the hot dog stand didn't get a liquor, didn't get to sell beer because they didn't have enough parking spaces on their private property. So they couldn't use county land to park, and so they didn't have parking. So I just would like to make sure too that they also have plenty of parking there for whatever it is, and I'm sure the engineer will be involved with that. But we all came, I fought in Steinhatchee, like I say, it was all this time, and it was that place with the tires, like Clay was saying, leaned up against the single wide. But I still bought here. There's something about Steinhatchee that made the Griffins want to come here from years ago when they came here. But a little compromise, maybe that height requirement causes a little less contention, and we can move on and then get their project going. But that is the one issue for me. We fought so hard for the Gulf Breeze project not to go through. Remember, they wanted to go another whole story. So, thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Madam Chair, would I be able to respond to a couple of things that Mr. Griffith and Mr. Stokes mentioned? They haven't responded to what I said.
Do you want to do that now, or wait and see if there's any other comments here? Yes. I'll give you an opportunity.
My name is Bill Bryan. I live in Perry, Florida. I have no argument one way or about this. But what you hear tonight is a lot of puffing, and you're to deal with the legal issues. A few years ago, I found out I was a deplorable, and tonight I find out that I'm an undesirable.
Anyone else?
Sam Mitchell, Steve Hatchie, appreciate this opportunity. I was in Steve Hatchie when the ordinance on height and fitness and all actually came into being. And a lot of people in Steve Hatchie surveyed up and down the coast to see what the other water access to the Gulf communities were doing. And we talked to people that were coming to Steve Hatchie and found out that quite a few of them were coming to Steve Hatchie because they could drive down our street and see the water. They could get into the water and not take very long to get to the Gulf. They had told us that they had been to the other places for years fishing. And as development similar to what's being proposed here tonight came into those places, they seeked out more laid-back places where there were height restrictions that were reasonable. You could use your property, you could go up a couple stories above the elevation that you have to meet. We still get those people. I still hear comments. I come to Steve Hatchie for the atmosphere and the community that's here. If it gets built up the way the others have, I don't really know where I'll go. Based on my experiences, I would like to see you hold your height, you get that, developer has a tremendous property there. If it was within your guidelines, you still have a very good business. I think you should have the opportunity to resubmit based on complying with your guidelines. Thank you for letting me voice my opinion.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, if not,
So, first of all, Mr. Stokes raised a premise that at the time of the October 3rd meeting that I was the attorney for the planning board. And so I want to also look at clarity to that, and he may or may not recall, but I advised the board at that meeting that I had contacted the Florida bar to see what my ethical obligations were, since I, at that time, was the attorney for that board, both as to my service to the board and both as to any advice I could give my parents. I advised them that the board, or the Florida bar ethics advisory personnel advised that I need to recuse from both sides and not take any action. So I did, and I sat down at the meeting. And so I understand that Mr. Stokes spoke with some very well-respected attorneys, that he respects their opinion. I consulted with the Florida bar twice on this matter to make sure that I did not run afoul of my ethical obligations as an attorney. And I have memorandum opinions from it. And so, I don't relish the idea of getting him to complain, and hopefully it won't go that route. I'll make sure that you understood that always, any action I take is an ethical concern. I consult with the bar, or the ethics commission, or the attorney general's office, whichever is appropriate. Next, I wanted to address the concept of piecemeal permitting and the concept of baiting and switching or something like that. And Mr. Stokes, if neither of those were going on, I apologize for the way it was presented. But there comes a point where you say, we will never, we don't know except by man's character. And I don't know Mr. Stokes, but what I do know is there were discussions that were good and friendly, and then when it comes to put into writing, no, but we'll commit to them in an email, but then we won't, get further or get more detailed. And at some point, feel that there was some type of misrepresentation, whether there was or not. I'm presenting to you what appears to be the case, and if it were the case, the why that would make sense in this. As to, Mr. Stokes mentioned that my mother talked with them about buying it. Of course, they had a lot of conversation going back and forth, and the concern always was this dock. This is one of the few places where a 100-some foot dock goes straight out in front of somebody else's property. Normally, a dock goes straight out in front of the person's property, and it's not going down to the river's view, but because where this property is catty corner, it's one of the few places where this dock goes right out in front of somebody else. And naturally, the conversation occurred, which was, if you want to build this dock as big and grand and glorious, buy the property that you're killing the view for, and then turn it into something profitable to go along with your operation. Of course, that conversation occurred. That would make sense. And so it wasn't a shakedown. Even though Mr. Stokes says, with the courtesies can fill out the phrase and we'll buy it, it's not for sale. That was just a discussion. Hey, if you want to do these things, this might be a way to get there. But we're not there. We didn't go to the place looking for a purchase. Not looking for a purchase now. We just want to keep a view. And the other things that were raised. As to the floating, this gazebo on the end of the dock, Mr. Griffiths and Mr. Stokes are exactly right in the representation that there have been all kinds of changes that have been discussed. So when you look back at what was presented in the Army Corps, you see 20 by 25, it's 19 feet from mean high water. And there's been discussions about it being on a floating dock. Isn't that the whole point of what I'm asking you in Solution 1, which is, could I, and when they come back and have a solidified plan, at least everybody knows what they're looking at, right? And the question was posed tonight, well, as to the things in this one variance about the setbacks and the height and this and that, are those the same? Sure they are, but those things don't exist in a vacuum. You're eventually talking about the whole project. And what is the whole project? Well, it's still in flux. You don't know what the whole project is. They're asking you to affirm the planning board to approve this portion of it without seeing the whole thing. And in fairness, because the whole thing's not ironed out. But shouldn't the planning board, shouldn't you, should the neighbors know what the ironed out plan is before any of us have to weigh in on it? I think you should. You heard the gentleman in blue, and I didn't write his name down, so I apologize for that, but I believe he's a dock engineer. And he mentioned about this county code section being commercial and not residential. As far as I can tell, that's not in the code, and it's not an exception. And maybe it should be an exception, I don't know. But the way we see it is the code applies to all docks and piers, and they would need to apply for a variance or meet the code. And that's a concern too. If they move forward and start building it and the county doesn't assert any authority over it because they said so, we're relying on the code, which doesn't seem to have a caveat like that. We're hoping that when they submit the other variance request, they're submitting a variance request to the dock because you have a code section. So, the bottom line is, I think everybody, before they're asked to make a decision on the project, should know what the project is. And right now, you only know a portion of it, and that could be subject to change, I don't know. And then there are these other variance requests in the pipeline. And Mr. Locke, he said that he submitted, I forget the number, but basically all of the variance requests at one time. And that may be the case, and I may have totally misunderstood, and that wasn't piecemeal permitting. But the bottom line is, they are coming out a little at a time, and so the planning board is still dealing with an incomplete picture, as are the affected parties. And so, if you submit them all, please accept my apologies if I misrepresented or represented in a way that it wasn't. But, yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Madam Chair. Bottom line is, the planning board has an incomplete picture, and there may have been others in the pipeline, there may be more coming. The complete picture is way down. And then lastly, your decision is not, it's not based on popularity contest, It's not based on what's gonna generate more tax, for the county. It's not based on those things. They are asking for you to allow a violation of existing law. Okay? And there's a legal standard for that. It's in your code and it says it has to be unique to the property. It can't have been the case when they picked up the property. There can't be any other reasonable use for it. That's really what this should come down to. And if there's a different reasonable use for it, then the variance request should be denied. If there is, if they knew about these code applications at the time of the, or not even knew about the code existed, then it should be denied. This is really your role as in this quasi-judicial, almost like a judge. It's not about Mr. Ridgway thing, or the Curtis thing, or the Griffiths, or anyone else who's come up here. It's, what does the law say? And apply the facts of the law. And the law was in existence when they bought it. And they are now asking you to deviate from that. And without meeting the legal requirements, you should deny it. And so, thank you for allowing me to sit up and address a couple of these things that I felt I want to clear this.
Well, I got a question for you. Did y'all give them an idea if they bought y'all property, they could build a three-story condominium on your property? Did y'all actually talk to them about that or give them a drawing? They said y'all got a drawing from them?
Right, so that drawing, that Mr. Stokes held up, was a rudimentary drawing, sorry, not good. For sure, I don't have surveying capabilities and drawings and things like that, and as far as I know, my parents don't either. And so it was a very rough drawing. There it is.
There's a copy of it here.
Right, you can see it, brown square.
Y'all had something to do with saying that they could build this on y'all's property if they bought it?
I'm sorry?
Was this brought up for them, say y'all could build this on this property if y'all bought this property from us? Was that in the conversation? I mean, I'm asking you, if you sold them the property and you told them that you could build a three-story condominium on your property,
let me say this, Commissioner Moody, I wasn't part of that conversation because at that time, I was so disengaged from the entire process because that was the advice before Bar. Michelle could speak to that because I believe she was part of that conversation. To my knowledge, all it was represented then is these types of things would be within the existing code, and if they were within the existing code, they could be built without a variance. But if you want more specific about that conversation, you may want or permit Michelle Curtis the opportunity to speak.
Would you like to address that, Your Worship? Thank you for allowing me to come forward. Just state your name and Michelle Curtis, 5135 Preston Sugar Road. I want to address a couple of things about this that were truly misrepresented in this meeting by Mr. Stokes. I did not offer my house to Mr. Stokes or my husband's house to Mr. Stokes. Mr. Stokes had his people call me and say, do you want to sell your house or contact us? Okay, that is how that happened. I said, we had not planned to sell our house, but let us give it some thought. So we went to the property appraiser's website to see what they paid for their 1/10 of an acre. Our property is 8/10 of an acre. We offered it $100,000 more than they paid for half of the same size property. He came back to us the night before the hearing and said, you think you're trying to keep us over there, you're trying to extort us. No, we're not. We are not. We have no interest in it. Okay? So I wanted to correct that. The other thing, when they asked about that, I drew this up on my little computer to say, here's a concept. Potentially you could do something with it. I'm no engineer. I didn't guarantee you can build it. You got setbacks. It was a concept because they asked us, okay?
That's what I want to know. see if he was just blowing that smoke, or did you actually do that?
Yeah, I drew it. They asked us, do you want to sell your property? And I don't want to sell my property, but if they go doing what they're doing and screw up the view and you don't have a view anymore and they destroy the value of my property, I mean, this is terrible, what they're trying to do. And this cover slip thing that you can see through, 19 foot tall is what their drawings say. We went out where there was a little pole, to see how high. And with that photograph is where we drew the line on the picture.
I saw it. And you were standing on your deck when y'all drew that line on top of the pole out there.
That's correct.
You were
Ray
up on
had
your
the
deck.
camera sitting on the edge of the corner of that deck.
But they're saying now they're not gonna build that, what they're,
Oh, well, that's not what their drawings say, that's not what their application says. But Ray knows all that, I don't know the details.
Well, I'm not really interested in this.
Why?
This is not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is what they are proposing to build. So, this to me is not significant. No? Anything else?
Why should big developers that grow in the town be able to violate the law? They drew those drawings knowing they were violating the law. Figure maybe some get Little Taylor County to roll over because they want the big developers to come in. I think the marina project is good. We want good things, but not at the expense of my property, and not at the expense of people in the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
I think what we need to do is we need to start putting a time limit. And if you've already been here and you've come in the second time, I'm not gonna let you come the
Somebody's
third
gotta
time.
be finished.
Hold on, okay, I'm not gonna let you come the third time, so say what you gotta say in 3 minutes,
okay,
okay?
wait a minute.
Thank you.
I'll go on record right now and do a lie detector test that she does want. She gives us this, we never wanted that property. We have too much property already, we're way in debt. Mr. Stokes, my brother, Jody Griffith, and me, met Mr. Stokes, built his home for him. He found, it was just a kind heart. We are borrowing the money from Mr. Stokes and paying him back the money. This whole thing blows way out of proportion over a dock and a view, and somebody wanted to charge or sell their
Well, we're not
property.
interested in this, it's not what we're here to talk about tonight, it's
Well,
whatever
what
field
you
y'all
see
get
is
to
what
know.
has been given to Danny Griner for the plan review is what we're building. That dock is up to change, and that's according to Dale Colson's structural engineer. So what's on the property and what you see has been presented by our civil engineer is what we're building. Nothing else is to change unless anything that you guys have to change.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be brief, Ms.
He
Davis.
had his hand up first, and then you.
Gotta be fast.
3 minutes.
I'm Jody Griffith, 195 Cedar Island Drive, Key Line Road, Perry, Florida. I'm a partner with Mr. Stokes and Tony Griffith, my brother. The sad part of this is they are holding our variances leverage for a dock in a sunset view, which by their depiction is totally inaccurate. Based on their 19 foot, we're at 16 foot, and that's based off of high mean water. If you go back to a picture that we have a rendering on 16 foot off of high mean water, the top of the ridge are fueling entities will be within a marsh. It will not impede upon their horizon and their sunset view. I got a sunset view at my house. I'm totally with it. The sad part of this is it all comes down to holding our variances leverage for that sunset view that is not going to be impeded to begin with. That's the sad part of this. All these depictions have been totally inaccurate. It's sad. It's really sad. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, and then you.
I'll be brief. Thank you, Madam Chairman. It's all about wealthy people. In our area, like I said before, is a place for middle class. We are a middle class resort destination. In some places in Florida and are not, people don't have access. People thought the public boat ramp at Taylor, it kept the river traffic, the river safer, cleaner, better. This is gonna keep more river traffic down. It's gonna be safer, cleaner, better. This is not a playground for the wealthy. We are a middle-class destination, and they need a place to tie their boat up, and they're coming.
Thank you. John?
I'm Don Curtis, 5135 Franklin Sheffield Road. Been here in Taylor County a long time. And, both sides are feeling like there's been some misrepresentation. You know, I'm with Mr. Stokes. I've met him, I like him, but I've never had somebody sit in my living room and accuse me of being an extortionate. My place is not for sale. When that came out with my wife, I told her, I don't want to sell. I put it in a trust for my kids to have it one day. You know, and so this business about the emotion that's coming out, who says what, y'all been in too many they said type situations. I think what Ray said is you got to look at your code. What they told you though is it's been a moving target. When they came to you and asked to release the land north of the River Road, I got up and said, that sounds great. I supported them. But now I've learned a lot more. And I don't support it unless it conforms with what everybody else is expecting to do. And I really, really have a concern about people think they buy something and variances are just a rubber stamp on the way. Variances aren't a rubber stamp. Ray made that very clear. It's part of the law, it's part of your own regulations. And I think in fairness to not only us, but the zoning board, is they ought to come back with everything, all the variances, all the plans, not this piecemeal stuff. So every time we touch this thing or hear about it, it's changed. And I realize things change. But this business about selling the property, you know, my wife, Sean will figure, so what? You know, if we're going to lose our enjoyment that we've had for 17 years, maybe that's your only alternative. But I tell you what, it's not sale, it's not an extortion, just enforcement of the law. But
I can't get out. My name's Dale Coates, DNL Contractor, and I live in Swan. On the van for the marina ain't got nothing to do with the dock. And when, it's my understanding, when they file for the permit for the dock, and it goes to the Army Corps or the DEP, is when as long as you inside of that submerged land lease, there ain't no variance on the dock. So all of this variance that they ask for is on the marina. So the dock's not no issue on the variance. That's gonna come up when they actually file for the permit through the Army Corps or the DEP.
I've already confirmed with the DEP that's not the case in writing.
Anybody else? Okay, this public hearing is now closed. Comments from the board. Mr. Murphy, I'll start with you. This is your business.
Okay. My understanding is that you delegate the power to the planning board to make this decision, and they have made the decision. Okay. The questions that I was going to ask that were already answered by one of the foremen. The question I was going to have is, how many jobs is this going to create? And I'm satisfied with the creation of jobs. With being 60 people full-time, 80 to 90 people per season. And also what type of footprint the local taxes is going to be legislated. That's what I want. People think I need jobs. not abuse. Okay? You can't be abused. You can't live with abuse. You can't have a job. Okay? And that's the most common thing I'm getting down there and seeing that. Job. Okay? Again, we delegated the power to the planning board to make the decision on the county's behalf. And they have. We need to respect that mission. Did they make the best decision? To be seen. And I think we need to let this stand. This needs to stand. We need jobs and we need the tax money here. So I'm standing with the decision of the board. Thank you, right? That being said, that's the board.
Any other commissioner wish to speak?
I like the option one, that Attorney Curtis presented, where it goes back, the full variance issue goes back to the planning board, so everybody can get proper notification, and just hear it again that way. That's where I stand.
Mr. Woody?
I'm with you on that. If we turn it down the variance tonight, they'd go back to, have to go to the board again.
Right.
And they'd have all their drawings, all their elevations, and everything, before they got approved again.
Right.
I don't wanna kick the thing out because we got, John, we need the jobs in Betty County. The jobs, people down there need the jobs. I don't wanna lose putting on the tax roll, and I don't wanna lose the job. And, King Hatchie does need some more, could use some more Marines down there. So I'm fine with you on that. It needs to be, and everything needs to be in writing and measured out just right, and then if it's approved, it's approved, if it's not, it's not, you know. I mean, that's just where I'm at with it.
Well, I want to say to you, Commissioner Moody and Commissioner Murphy, yes, we do need jobs. I'm all for jobs. I'm all for growth. But, everybody needs to conform to what's expected of everybody else. I don't think we should make an exception. We need to follow our law. We don't need to go outside of that. I like the idea of what these folks are gonna do, but just do what everybody else is expected to do. Go back, I'm agreed, go back to the planning board, make sure that everything is included. We don't wanna come back 2 or 3 months later and say, well, we're gonna add this or do this. You need a complete package. We need to follow our laws. We don't need to deviate from what has been set in the law. So that's where I am.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I heard, and I looked at this, I read the planning board report over and over. I see where the attorney recused themselves, I think Mr. Rowell and somebody else on that board recused themselves. Now, I've heard of variances when I was in the city, and they do work. Even some of the people that might be kicking this got some variances. So, I think every project should be measured and given a chance. Now, I don't know much about King Hatchie, and you know why. I wasn't allowed down there that much, and probably not welcome that much. But Dean Hatchie, I've learned to love the people, because I love God. You know, regardless of where you're at and what you do, I don't care. But there's one thing about it, all of us need to be measured by the same measure. Now, I see there's some confusion with the Curtis's and with the stuff. There should be a happy medium somewhere. And we can work this out and it'd be good for everybody. Now, we got people on the planning board and they say, let's go ahead with what they said, and that's all we get. then that's what we approve. If somebody come back 6 months later and want another variance, we didn't approve that when we went with this first order. I was with it. They got the planning board position that we go with. Now, I'm confused. When I heard it says, Vinnie, somebody's gonna come back later, and it's not written. Where's it written at? I know Mr. Curtis is sincere in his presentation. He's not accusing them of anything. He's proposing that's what they might do, am I right?
Sir, good. I'm proposing one.
What they might do and come back and ask for something later. Did I hear that?
Right. They may do that, and I
Okay.
do.
But we shouldn't measure that, should we? Should we measure that, what they may do?
You should just stick with it. I don't advise you, but I would say stick with the law, and that consideration is not
Good deal.
within the law.
But if we need to send it back to the planning board, let's go ahead and do it. You know, I was prepared to vote for the planning board, I think. And you brought it up, and that's what I would have to vote tonight.
I hope the planning board will follow the law. Because if you come back with the same thing, I'm probably not gonna vote for it. I'm for this project, but not where it obstructs your view. We need the job. You can redraw it, whatever you gotta do, so that we conform with the same laws that everybody else has to. Anybody else?
Can I ask you a question? So from here on out,
Come up, I said I wasn't gonna let you come back, but I'm gonna let you ask a little question.
I'm sorry, reopening the hearing here? I'm sorry.
Then, no, I'm not reopening the hearing.
You closed the hearing?
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so, I think we need a motion then, to, send this back to the planning board.
Well, if someone wants to make that motion, the motion should be, one, that you deny the appeal. Second would be that you, overturn the, planning board's decision to grant the variance without prejudice, meaning that the applicant can refile. Those are your, and then the other one would be that you deny the variance, and the applicant could then redesign the plan. I think what, Mr. Page has gone with was the second one that I said, would be that you, overturn the variance without prejudice for them to, come back and refile. Is that what I understood?
Yes. Madam Chair, broker, that's my vote.
Yes, okay. We have a motion by Commissioner Page, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Moody. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. County staff items number 21, the board to consider approval of bid committee recommendations for commercial waste collection services as presented by Gary Longboat, Environmental Services Director.
there was many creeks involved with the bid. And, we're asking, to proceed with this, bring the contract back in January. There's not gonna be any further, interruptions or anything like that. Basically, that's it, to bring the contract back in January. That was, that's all I have to say.
Well, all the documents were in order.
They were, yeah,
Yes.
they were good.
Everything was in order, we have the certificate of liability, and Conrad has reviewed the initial draft of the contract, and we sent it to Wade Road, for their legal team to review. So we would like to move ahead with the notice to proceed and then bring the contract back.
It'll be in January, right?
I'm hoping it'll be in January.
I'm hoping to.
Okay.
All the documents, all paperwork still in order,
Yes, sir.
so we don't need to do a motion for contingent on anything.
It would be contingent upon the contract, coming back to the board, so we'd like
Right,
to.
everybody to approve the contract.
So we don't do anything then?
Let's wait on that one.
Well, you would just need to, agree with the bid committee's recommendation.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone will make that motion that we agree with the bid committee's recommendation.
That's so moved.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. General business number 22, the board to consider appointing one member to the Taylor County Planning Board, TCTV, to fill a vacant seat for a term ending on May the 17th, 2021, as presented by Danny Reiner, building official. And as I went through my packet, there was one applicant, Blair Beatty. So, okay. Yes. We have a motion by Commissioner Phipps, second by Commissioner Murphy. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Congratulations.
That's a job. Another job.
That's what I'm looking for.
County Attorney, items number 23, the board to further discuss resolution concerning internet cafe.
Y'all were, I reckon it's me. Correct. Back in April, I prepared a resolution, to have a moratorium on these internet cafe things. It's a 3-month moratorium, the moratorium is up, and I think that, you want to, extend that moratorium, extend it by another resolution, there's been a statute that's passed on, that I tried to read on, these type things, from the Florida legislature. I'm torn. I couldn't understand that statute, and I read it 3 or 4 times, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But,
Was this the letter from, Scott?
right, now, we had that letter, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you this, that, that if you read the House Democrat, it's so small now, it doesn't wrap too many mullets, so, there's been, I think like 22 people that were arrested, because they were running a cafe, they were gambling, and, it's against the law to have a gambling house in Florida. One of my first cases that I tried a jury trial down in, Dixie County, where one client was charged with, having a poker game and so forth. Well, the jury found him not guilty, but, it's against law to have a gambling house, so.
back 6 months later and going through all this thing, I say, slam the door. I'm not interested in internet cafes in Taylor County.
I just want not even.
That's where I am.
Okay, you're
I
telling
don't want
us,
anything to do with internet cafes.
okay, so you're telling us that we're not to issue any permits.
If that's lawful, then yes, that's what I would say.
Effective now?
Go ahead.
That would be effective now, that we not issue any permits or take any development applications for an internet cafe.
Just keep us out of jail now.
Well, you won't go to jail, but you might get sued, you know.
Whatever the law says, I'm not for it, I'm not interested. If we can lawfully say, don't issue permits, then that's where I am.
I don't know if you can do that.
Now, I'm wondering, if I may speak, do we need an ordinance prohibiting internet cafes in the county outside of the city? I'm with Commissioner Siegel. I don't want to do this every 3 months. Short-term moratorium, then 3 months later, it expires, and we come back and do it again. Can we do it all at one time, or do we need to do anything?
Well, there's such thing, y'all remember your history of brinksmanship? Remember what the term brinksmanship means?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the term brinksmanship means that you just, say, this is the way it's gonna be, and if you're gonna change it, you got to change it against us. That's what brinksmanship is. It's like going right toward war, but not going toward war.
Yeah.
You know, puffing, building up your defenses. So if you say, you know, don't issue any permits, then they may not do anything. And then again, they may sue us, and then we have to, and if the court found out that we had to issue a permit, we have to issue a permit.
But the whole point is, we're not sure what the law is.
No one is.
And that's why I asked.
So the law is subject to interpretation at this point. Okay, so why don't we create an ordinance?
Why don't we create an ordinance?
They have an ordinance, do they not?
Yes.
Okay, so this have already been enacted. I mean, they say Fort Lauderdale is the same thing as Fort Lauderdale.
What does the ordinance say?
Exactly the verbatim, I don't know, but it's similar to what the city has done. And I'm pretty sure that's what the city got. No internet cafe.
Well, the city has done it, and their case, or their own school is just, I'm gonna say,
No.
that's just one.
I'm saying we
How does the rest of y'all feel?
I wanna do it legal, but I wanna make sure we don't have none, you know?
I'll bring him on that. It's good legal. Now, if it's all right, just to tell staff, don't issue it, but then,
Could we not, pass a moratorium to give you time to adopt? That's what we did the last time, yeah, that's what we did the last time, and see it work, because we haven't had any problems, and then they've been bugging out.
Okay, then let's do this then. Let's pass the moratorium, but let's come right back with an ordinance prepared ASAP.
Okay.
Is that okay with the?
that's fine on me.
I'm not afraid to go to jail either, Conrad, but I don't even wanna give a deposition.
Go ahead and make a motion.
So we'll have a draft resolution at the next meeting.
I make a motion that we, declare a moratorium on internet cafes for an additional 3 months. And then that to be followed up later with discussion about creating an ordinance.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Now, will the 3 months give us time to, when we come back to prepare it, to advertise and have the public hearing again and all of that stuff? Okay.
We can make that 6 months, just as easy if you want 6. 5 years is all right with me.
I wrote down 6 months.
6 months. All right, 6 months. Now, I will amend my motion to say 6 months. Moratorium.
And your second is, okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
So it is with the board's instruction that I do not accept an application for a
you know, we have a moratorium for 6 months, and then we're gonna work on an, an ordinance.
Got it. Thank you.
24, the county attorney to update board on the status of the opioid case.
Y'all look at that thing where,
Yeah,
Oh,
makes me
bankrupt.
really mad.
bankruptcy. Well, it still, it doesn't, it's not that they don't have any money,
That's right.
okay? What they're doing is they're filing bankruptcy, and then there will be a plan to distribute money, and hopefully we'll get something. But we haven't really done anything to do this as a practical matter. We can't have spent any money on it. Maybe one letter I wrote or something like that, but they haven't spent any money. We didn't pay any filing fees, nothing. Are you understand what I'm saying?
I do, but Purdue or whoever, they can come right back in another name and do the same thing all over again, right?
Yeah.
You know, this really makes me mad because, you know, a lot of families have been tragically impacted.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know, one of the things about the lawsuits, though, the good thing about the lawsuits brought the attention to the problem where it's really the attention of our whole country with regard to this opioid problem brought it to the attention. And there'll be some other places on it, I'm sure. So I just wanted to bring it up today, maybe you say what happened.
Thank you. County Administrator item number 25, the county administrator to discuss informational items.
National.
Say again?
Do you want some good news now?
Yeah, I need some good news.
So last week I attended a pre-bid conference for the track work for the rail project, that we received $8.67 million for. And it looks like they will be breaking ground hopefully February or March. Very exciting. There's several RFPs going out now for track work and for the removal of vegetation and material storage and things like that. But I felt so uplifted by the time I left that meeting, looking at all the companies there who were wishing to respond. So I'll keep you informed of that project. But it's finally. And we received a letter back from the Army Corps of Engineers, and they have committed to an on-site visit to discuss possible assistance with stormwater improvement in the Tehachapi area. So that visit will be probably mid-January, and we're very much looking forward to the possibility of some help from them.
And that will be the whole area, not just one specific area in Tehachapi.
Well, that's what we're going to ask for. Now, when I discussed on the phone with them about the possibilities, they did mention that it would be very helpful if they had some preliminary data, which has been turned over to our engineering department. But that's what we'll go through with them. Any funding possibilities, what the limits are, and what parts of Tehachapi we can work with them on that. That's all. Thank you. You're welcome.
What about the overall, you and I understand that big product over in the gap?
I was gonna let you get that up.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
But, you know, I want to just say that a lot of work has gone into that rail grant. I know how y'all have labored on that, and I want to tell you how much we appreciate all y'all's hard work, everybody that worked on it. I know Kenneth and several people did, and we appreciate that. Okay. 26, comments and concerns from the public for non-agenda items. Do you have anything to say that we haven't already discussed on this agenda tonight? You may come forward. Nobody? Okay, thank you. 27, board informational items. You want to go first?
Item one. We were talking in Bible with Jeff Henry and that group. And someone from the University of Florida said that they
plenty of hemp is being grown in the state of Florida right now. And the, Papa left some contracts out. Really, you can't stop them from growing it, but it's got to be a certain level. If it goes, if the base level is 7, and you go with 5.4, you do it. If you go to 7.1, it's flying up.
THC level of, if you're going above 7, you're producing marijuana.
Yeah.
Consumption, if you're below that mark, then it's hemp fiber per row per kilogram or whatever.
Do both plants look alike?
You can't tell.
Beg pardon?
Do both plants look
I
alike?
think so. And I've also asked about this plant that's being, built up there. I call it, they call it,
Walking.
Walkina.
Yeah. What is that?
That's marijuana. That's marijuana.
That's good stuff.
And,
They're also growing hemp up there too.
Don't put that in the paper.
I can see the headline.
They're going to be good stuff.
yes, sir. But we were encouraged about what we were getting. There were several others that got some real money. Lake City was getting laid out in yards about 1,500 acres in, what do you call that big land mass that they have when you can,
Co-op.
not a co-op, well, you could be a co-op or something like that.
I just knew our project was bigger.
Yeah. Well, that 86 miles was really nice. I was a little bit disappointed, I didn't hear from these, so they were trying to do a massive plant and several things up there, and they didn't have a representative there. But I do know that some years ago, we talked about, Miami was, they just about dug everything they can dug out down there. That was number 1. They said number 2 was in Taylor County. With this rail coming into Taylor County, it's possible to get all shoots out there to the mine. You can do something there. So, I think it's coming to Taylor County to do something for us. That's all I know.
Commissioner Page.
Well, I don't have that good stuff in my brain or anything. Just want to say that it's public, Merry Christmas. We don't want to meet again until after the first of the year. It's a pleasure to serve this board. We disagree, but we get our agreeable. So thank you everybody for coming. Have a safe holiday.
Mr. Moody.
Wish y'all Merry Christmas if we don't see you between now and then, and, it's a pleasure to work with this board. And, y'all, have a happy New Year if we don't see you before then.
Don't you have something on the 17th?
17th is the import.
On the 17th is when we have the MCORD meeting, I was going to announce that. I hope everybody will be there. That's going to be at the Forest Capitol Hall. I believe it starts at what time, 9 o'clock?
I believe so.
So, I don't know, how much more we're gonna find out, but, I'd like for everybody to be there at 10. Speaking of this good stuff, I'll tell you, I hate to see this moving toward, legislation. I'm afraid it's gonna happen, but I sure am opposed to it. I don't like that. But, anyway, I want to thank all of y'all for being here, and, I appreciate the board also, and I appreciate the confidence that y'all have placed in me to be the chair again. I appreciate that. And I'd like to wish all of y'all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and be safe. Anybody else?
Everybody said everything I was going to say. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, if there's any Jews in the audience. So, thank you. Thank you for having me.